Hello and welcome to Human Insects, episode 2. I'm Hazel.
Hi. I'm Nicky. Hello.
Episode 2, and we've already got a guest on, returning from the one and only pod spirit, is nobody else but Bryan.
Wait, this is a different podcast?
Wait.
What happened?
You didn't know. You didn't know. Oh, that's so funny.
Did you lock the door? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, we did you
for real?
know? Yeah.
No, I seriously didn't know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is a different podcast.
Oh, cool. Good.
Kind of sort of in name only. Yeah.
This is the job interview version.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pop Spirit's all shut down. No sign of Weezer here. All above board.
Oh, praise God.
Yeah, it really is just like our label Pop Spirit. Like, we decided to fold it and stuff just because it's like, oh no, there's some extraneous reasons, and we decided it might be as good a time as ever to just start fresh and pretty much have like this thing that's just like by itself. So the podcast is kind of taking a life of its own. So it's a new podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. The first episode did stupid good. Like,
Bless you.
That wasn't me.
But yeah, the first episode, I have to mention, kind of blew past expectations, I think, on my end at least.
Yeah, it turns out that putting a podcast in multiple places is it gets
works.
more ears on it. Speaking of, I'm sorry that this isn't going out to more podcast platforms. I really would like if I would really like to be able to push it out to more, but frankly, like, the amount of work that these other platforms make you go through, it doesn't exactly make it very efficient or viable to do so. Like, I'll be completely honest. I spent like an hour trying to connect this podcast to an Apple ID of its own, and it just wouldn't fucking work. Apple's shit is completely broken. So probably won't be going up on Apple Podcasts, but hopefully between the Patreon feed, YouTube, and Anchor and Spotify, that is decent enough. So
Right.
Maybe DistroKid will make a wing for that, since they are doing video now.
That would be tight. I'm already paying for DistroKid.
I'm paying for it and completely forgot about it. It's not released anything in like 2 years.
Yeah. So how are you guys? What's up?
I'm good.
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
We just did the that game jam.
Right, yeah. There's a game jam.
Yeah, the Goblin Bunker, like the 48
I
hour
didn't hear
joint.
about that at all.
Yeah, I went solo this time. Did like a little I don't even know what you would call it. It's like you just going on tracks. So it's like you're a little guy, you're walking around, and then you can go through the traces of a PCB, and it's like automatic, like
cute.
zipping around, which like mechanically is really fun. So I'm like, oh, well, this can be a real game.
Yeah. That rules. I guess like I don't know, like how long I don't know shit about game jams. Like how long did that or like how much like effort did that like?
Oh, I mean, I don't kill myself on game jams anymore.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it was 48 hours, but and then it was like I was just doing it solo, so I was just like, this is just time to do. Like in my younger days, I would have been like, I gotta work every single hour because this is gonna take forever.
You gotta grind
put
it out,
everything in it. And this one, and now that I'm old and I've done this like a bunch of times, I'm just like, oh, here's the scope that I can do in like 10 hours, and then I feel the other like 30 with hanging out and like drinking coffee and driving around town.
just chilling.
Just chilling.
Yeah. I've never done anything like that. I feel like it'd be fun to kind of learn some stuff and maybe try that out someday, but
everyone should make games.
A really good excuse to just try to fuck around in a piece of game development software.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I don't know, dude. It's just when you set aside the time for it to do anything, it's like better. Like when you have like uncompromised, like this is this time.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't call me.
Don't get on my phone. Don't do like that. Nothing. Stuff. And just I'm focusing on one thing.
Yeah, unless I call you.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Let me go to you. Gosh. I feel like also I should bear mentioning for anyone that's fresh to this dynamic, I suppose, or whatever, that the idea behind this podcast is that...
Oh, right, yeah. Why didn't we lead with that?
is that the idea behind this episode of the podcast is the fact that it's going to be going up on September the 7th, which happens to be all of our birthdays. I don't know how that happened, that we all just like that the stars aligned and we all just met each other. And also we started this podcast and we didn't intend for it to fall like on the specific day that it would to like for the second episode to go up on our birthday, but here we are.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to you guys. Imagine, okay, so like I want because I've had a fucking weekend. I want you guys listening to imagine this like scenario right now, as like Hazel and Bryan have like little birthday like hats on, and like there's a cake in between all three of us, but I have like a hat like where the bill is like tilted way down, and I have sunglasses on, and I'm just I'm just like I look like I'm hungover. That's not exactly the situation, but like that but I'm also here, and it's also my birthday, but like I'm just like the circumstances are just different. But
this is a wild portrait you're painting.
Do you, I mean, obviously you don't need to get into it, but you had to do a bunch of traveling over the weekend.
Yeah, I won't get deep into it, but I mean, like, it was public enough that, like, the reason is evident.
Yeah.
So this last weekend, God, it's not even a weekend, it's fucking Wednesday. Anyway, this week, plus the weekend or whatever, my grandma passed away, and it was something we saw coming. Like, we were pretty much given a heads up. She complicated situation. She was in a nursing home in a different state, so we ended up being given the heads up by the ICU that she was in the hospital and she probably wasn't going to make it because she was in there with like pneumonia, and she's had pneumonia like 40 times or something. Like, old people's, like, I don't know, man, like they get pneumonia like crazy. Like it's or at least this one, my grandma got pneumonia like crazy. But I've had pneumonia before. Pretty rough. Not a fun thing to have. What's up?
Which lung?
Shit, for me, I actually don't remember for myself.
Okay, that's funny because for me, it was my right, and the only reason why I remember that is because anytime I get sick or out of breath, I always feel it in my right lung worse than my left.
You both have pneumonia? Holy shit.
Yeah. It's For me, I had it like real bad, but I don't like.
Yeah, I was out of school for like more than 2 weeks, I think. I remember I was gone for the entirety of my grades sex ed classes.
Oh, that's hilarious! So you don't know shit about that.
No, I don't know
because you never learned, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's obviously I've just been guessing this entire time.
Right. Yeah. I had it whenever I was living on my own for a year, and like I had a
you got
job.
it as an adult.
Yeah,
Shit.
I got it as an adult, and that was bad because my roommate was like, "Well, guess I'm having to pull weight for the both of us for a couple weeks."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. That was a bad time.
Oh my God,
But
what did you breathe in?
fuck if I know. Like, I mean, seriously, I don't know.
How do you get pneumonia? Is it just like a I mean, is it viral?
I think it's viral.
I think it's viral. I also think like if you don't take care of like a case of bronchitis, it like gets to that level or something, or like you at least become more susceptible to it. I really don't know how it works, and I didn't look into it much, and I don't think my doctor told me very much either.
You know,
she
I
was
will
just
say,
like, just take these.
I got bronchitis in high school, and for actually 6 months afterward, I couldn't breathe in fully without it triggering a cough.
Shit. Yeah, that's pretty
Still
pretty
to
rough.
this day, whenever I breathe in, it always sounds really shaky, and I'm fairly certain it's because of that.
Yeah.
I had asthma like not my whole life, but like when I was a kid,
Right.
so like that was normal breathing. Like,
Oh,
that
I
was, like,
also had asthma, and then like as that became less of a problem, that's why I fucking like I don't like run for exercise.
Yeah, right.
Like if I try, my lungs burn so bad that it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
But yeah, so with my grandmother, like basically like when she passed, it was kind of like this thing where like my mom is an only child, and she's and my grandmother was the only grandparent we had left. So basically all of that financial burden came onto us, and we have never done well financially. So it just wasn't something we were able to handle. So I did something I've never done before, and I like drafted up, put up a GoFundMe. I want to personally take some time and just thank everybody that gave to that or shared that or just, I don't know, had me in their thoughts or whatever this week. It's like a mix of those kind of weird, bad, dark feelings mixed with like this overwhelming like love that I'm feeling from people and just kindness that was shown toward me that really, I don't know, like it just really demonstrated something pretty special to me, and I will never forget it. So yeah, I don't know. But weird week. We had to take a big old trip up to Kentucky, which was interesting because it's like in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. It's not even like populated Kentucky. It's like literally like on the side of a mountain, Kentucky. And some of the roads we had to drive on were fucking horrifying. They're made different up there, those roads, and the people that drive them, because there are people whipping around like some truly insane like Initial D mountain roads and stuff, and me and my family are like literally like fucking white knuckle, like holy fuck, we're gonna die, like just taking this GPS to try to find this nursing home so we can pick up our grandma's belongings and stuff, which I don't know, weird thing where it's like, I don't know, like I'm having to look back on this and it's now like a very extremely funny thing and stuff, like looking back on earlier today and just being like basically like Scooby-Doo, like grabbing like the fucking like ceiling of my car and fucking like going like, oh my god, around like every turn. But
California and into Nevada has got a lot of mountains like that. It is genuinely fucking terrifying.
It's like they do the like, I don't know. I was like having thoughts. Like again, I was making myself laugh a lot on this trip because there's just so much weird shit that happened. I don't know. This is really stupid.
You went to what the fuck was the name of that barbecue house that you went to?
Yeah. Me and my parents were like trying to find something to eat in the because we slept over at a hotel last night, and there was a fucking place that we just couldn't like get our eyes off of when we were looking around like on our phones for like local places to eat. It was called the fucking Wood Booger Grill, and we were like, that has to be awesome. And then we went there and it wasn't. It was below average bar food. It was so disappointing.
It's so fucked up too, because I feel like you need to be really confident to put booger in the name of your fucking restaurant.
I feel like you just have to be like super white. I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry.
Look. Hold on, Brian.
Was it all white people?
I mean, yeah. There was like big dudes with like big beards and stuff. But like, look, there's like Yetis like all over this place. Like, I just sent a picture in the chat, Brian. Like, look at this fucking place.
No,
like that is.
It looks like in a strip mall.
I know. Got, like, it was like there was a fucking like. There was a Zumba next door. Like there's
horrible Yeti. Oh my god.
It like. I don't know. You're like you're rolling up around this fucking like city you've never been in your life, and you see the fucking Yeti place. You're stopping.
Okay, I'm realizing in this photo, they're up on their bulletin board. There is a sign that reads "Wild Ginseng Wanted," and there's just a single like contact info pull tab removed. I wonder what the story there is.
I have no fucking clue. Also, like, what kind of fucking CSI fucking zoom in do you got on your fucking MacBook?
I mean, I'm looking at it too. I mean, we're on OS X. It's the retina screen.
Yeah.
I'm on an older MacBook. I'm sitting here like zooming in on my phone. Whatever. But yeah. So we ate at that place. Just was not fantastic. Sorry to any employees / owners of this
whatever
restaurant.
They know it's not good. They're not under any impression.
I'm just saying and stuff. Like I feel kind of bad like shit talking what's probably a fucking like independent like business and stuff on a podcast like this, which is now. It
was probably like the one of 3 places to eat. It's fine.
Like there were not many other options. There was a McDonald's, which like
this place's menu uses the fucking PewDiePie font.
There's a PewDiePie font.
I fucking like that. Never in a million years are you ever gonna get me to look at a font and then me like just know that it's a PewDiePie font.
It was in all of his thumbnails. If you were on YouTube in like 2012, it was inescapable. Okay. It's the fucking Angry Birds font.
Wait, I thought you said you were in Kentucky. What is this?
This is Kentucky. Oh wait, no, right. Okay, so on our trip, it's weird. It's like at the very fucking edge, like tip of Kentucky. So basically, we were in an area where we were passing through Virginia, Kentucky, and West Virginia, like at all times.
Oh my god.
And stuff. Like it's just like this weird, like little, like fucking. Again, this shit is like a no man's zone. Like we were on the back roads for like an hour and a fucking half today, and I actually thought this might be it. I might have to call the funeral home again and be like, can you actually prep us like 3 coffins? Like you might need more. That shit.
That's such a terrible cross section of states.
Yeah. We were kind of like, I don't know, like I don't like, it's kind of just like a funny like sight or whatever, but like we went to the nursing home to pick up stuff. And then we like drove away from the nursing home, and then like literally like across the street is a giant fucking coal mine with like just piles of coal, and it's like, man, this is like right next to where all the sick old people are. Like it's got all these giant coal deposits and stuff. It's like,
well, don't say anything.
Who do you think they're sending in there?
Oh my god, can you imagine? They had my grandma like fucking. Like grinding it out into like the cookie clicker mines, like fucking, like I had no idea what they were doing. The fucking nursing homes, man. They're crazy shit.
It sounds like where Robert Johnson saw the devil or something.
But yeah, weird week. I'm glad to have returned and to be done with it. There was like, my parents are kind of like trying to figure stuff out, and like, first off, again, morbid fucking maybe TMI, I don't know, but like, cremation costs kind of a stupid amount for like what they're doing and stuff, you know,
and that's like on the lower end of
like if you actually like get a casket or something, like it's like absurd, but cremation, like, you know, again, like for what they're doing, right? It's like you guys could just give me the damn body and I'll just fucking get some lighter fluid. Like, I mean, like I don't care.
For anybody listening, it is not that easy. If you're thinking
it's not, I realize,
don't burn the body. We'll burn the body so they can find you and catch you, but you know, you will be caught.
But yes, but God, what the fuck is this podcast right now?
It's great. It's great.
But But like we were going over those details and stuff, and then my parents were like, "Oh man, like because we don't live up there, and also we don't have quite the money. Like we received a lot, but we don't have quite the money to like stay up there for like a whole week while they do all this stuff, because it takes like days to get this like done, this whole process." And they're talking about when they would have like the ashes ready, and like. I don't know, like my parents are just like, oh, we'll probably just like drive back up, like, and just like pick them up and everything. And I'm just like, that's not, and this is before we did the whole back roads journey and stuff. So after that, they were like, oh God, we are so happy that we just decided instead to have them shipped to us, even though that's like a $100 expense. Like they added like $150 or something to it. To just like sender and FedEx.
Like, yeah, everybody gets a cut when you die.
I know the death business is like really crazy. It's really crazy how much money, like you got to spend money to live, to keep living if you're sick, and then you also got to spend money to die. Like it doesn't matter, somebody's getting paid somewhere. So it's
make
some real
a will,
shit.
so some of it can be, you know, the people you care about.
That is actually the true moral. Is she didn't do any of that shit. We were given a pretty fucking like stupid amount of stuff to work through that could have been worked through if certain parties are more cooperative.
Yeah, definitely.
With the whole situation, kind of seeing where things were going.
That's a very, very familiar set of circumstances for a death in the family, in my experience as well.
But yeah, if you're out there, definitely make a will. Like if you, especially if you have dependents, just go ahead and like do it.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're like 25 or 65. Just go ahead and like knock it out, and you can like edit it. You know, while you're alive, you can still go back and like write people out of it. If you want
yeah. You didn't think you'd get this kind of advice on this podcast, huh? Write wills. And so, like, you didn't think.
Yeah, you could shift.
Episode 2 of Human Insects. Write your will. But yeah, I don't know. Weird week, but I'm okay, and I'm chilling. And
I'm glad to get caught up to speed on how all of that went. I was thinking about you while you were on that journey.
Yeah, it was, I just had a headache, really.
Yeah.
Like, for most of it. But, like, I just really wanted to be home.
Yeah.
So, now I am. Yeah.
What, do you guys have any birthday plans?
Oh, no, my mom is, like, having surgery the day before, so I'm just like...
Oh, my gosh.
Jesus.
Yeah, good luck.
It's not crazy. It's like foot surgery. Well, you know, I say that, but then you're like, oh, it did get serious. But but yeah, at a certain age, every surgery is like serious. So like, we're just gonna do that and then like take care of her. I never have any birthday plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither do I.
The extent of mine always usually just ends up just my homie Justin picking me up and being like, "Hey, you want to go hit up some places and just grab a couple drinks, hang out, talk about comics and shit and stuff." And it's like, "Yeah, of course." And then we just do that, and then maybe some other people come join, and that's like the extent and stuff that happens. Like that happens pretty routinely, but especially on my birthday, we make sure it happens. Well, on both of our birthdays, we make sure it happens because we're homies. But, yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, I don't know. A couple other circumstances are happening around my birthday. That I probably won't get into.
Yeah.
I know. I just got into my grandmother's passing and all that stuff and everything, but there's some other stuff that like isn't my business quite.
Yeah.
So, but that I am very happy about and are kind of serving as birthday presents for me. So.
Right. Yeah.
Involving some nice friend news. So. I'm pretty chill about that and stuff. So it's all told, it's going. It'll be pretty fun. It'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to Nicky about it either earlier this week or last, but I really am not much of a birthday enjoyer. I tend not to really want to do much for it or anything. I kind of don't even like talking about it. The only fact that I am doing so here is just because I think it's extremely funny that we all managed to share a birthday. I'm sure it's too late now, but anybody listening, please don't feel any obligation to say happy birthday.
Okay, let's clarify. Are you not a birthday enjoyer, or are you just not an extra attention enjoyer?
I mean, kind of both, honestly. I don't know, it's one of those things where I take almost a weird pragmatic approach to my birthday where it's nothing's really changing. I didn't do anything.
You downplay the birthday this isn't a milestone at all.
I also don't like the extra attention. I know, great career I picked. But here I am.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that 2 days after is my wife and I's anniversary, so
nice.
I tend to think more about that, and for that earlier this week we went and saw Only Yesterday, the Isao Takahata film at our local theater.
Then I forgot that was coming. Dude,
yeah, I'm sorry.
I go to I've been trying to go to all the G Kid stuff when it comes. Just never say I never did anything for anime in this country, because I go to all
of
those. Yeah, that movie is just the best. It wasn't the first time I'd seen it or anything, but it was just really lovely getting to see it in that context. God bless the fucking people who went. I was really nervous that because it's such a quiet oh my god, I'm gonna die. It was such a quiet movie that I was worried that the theater goers, if there was one person who was acting up in the slightest, it would be really obvious. But everybody was very quiet and very respectful. The weirdest it got was the person sitting in front of us. And if you're listening, which is a possibility, I suppose, I don't even necessarily mean this to what is the opposite of condoning somebody's actions? Oh my god. Condemning, thank you. I'm not even saying this to condemn their actions, but they brought in a literal 3-course meal from a restaurant and pulled it all out and set it up on a tray.
That's fucking extra. Awesome.
It was crazy.
The 3-course meal thing I've done, but I've never
no, seriously. It was three different items that they had set up. They pulled out their chopsticks. It was wild.
That's awesome.
That fucking rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite one.
Your favorite Ghibli?
Yeah, and that's the one
I think
that
me too.
It is better. Obviously, it's one of those where it's better if you look at it watch it at different life stages.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was funny. The first time Alyssa and I both watched it, we had like very strong emotional reactions to it. And on this second rewatch, it was like a much lighter viewing experience, so to speak. And that felt good. We both kind of expressed the same sentiment. It just kind of, just kind of felt right.
Yeah.
What are some other things like that? Like, other than, like, Persona, I guess?
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit of a cop-out answer, but I know a lot of people have expressed that about Evangelion.
That's a good one.
I haven't necessarily experienced that with it yet, since it was only a few years ago that I first saw it.
I think everything's different if you consumed it as a teenager.
I think that much is definitely true. I definitely did feel that with Evangelion, where I felt like I kind of grew up alongside it, and I was taking away like like very different things this most recent time I watched it. But like I don't know, that's always like a really cool thing to get to have. I don't think I have too many examples of it because I'm a very like rare rewatcher. Like I don't rewatch or replay things super often or whatever. Like I usually just try to like just experience as many newer things as I can. But whenever I do enjoy something again, it's like I don't know, like it kind of always feels really productive. So I feel like I maybe should do that more. But
I think it's in my nature to be a rewatcher, but I just kind of don't really allow myself to, just because there's so much new stuff I want to see.
Yeah.
I think depending on your age demographic, I think Fully Cooley, funny enough, is another one of those ones where like for me, I feel like my reaction to it never changed fundamentally, but more so it just kind of like deepened, if that makes sense. Where I think it's a little bit different than revisiting it at a different stage and getting something like radically different out of it or anything.
Yeah, right. Well, like you kind of get to double down on it almost.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, and I think I brought this up earlier. Like Wooly posted a video about Bionicle where I was just like, and I was like right at the line of where this would have struck me, and I was too old. So like for Fully Cooley, it was the same thing where it just like I watched it because it was like cool looking, but like none of the themes at all resonated with me. In fact, I thought like some of it was like really weird. Like I don't know. Mamimi just was just strange. She shouldn't have. I was like, why she?
Yeah, this is like the paradigm with that show. Like 9 times out of 10, it's like a matter of the age you were when you saw it. In a way that I think is like. I feel like usually the only other things that applies to are things that kind of like work because they are for children, but you aren't like, but don't necessarily hold up if you don't have that kind of built-in connection to it. And I feel like Fully Cool is one of those rare examples of a piece of media that's not quite like that, because it's not a matter of like, oh, it doesn't hold up because you didn't grow up with it, but it's more so this matter of like, oh, just kind of like it just kind of misses you a little bit rather than you missing it.
Yeah. Like if you have a certain perspective,
right,
or you're outside of a certain perspective in life, it kind of like it's kind of missing you.
I mean, and I think it does kind of influence how you perceive the work, obviously. Like if you like, I think I was like on I was in the bunker and somebody was talking about Persona, and like everybody's talking about like, I played it when I was 16, blah blah blah, and this was like a big thing, and this was a big thing.
Yeah,
and I really resonate with this, and blah 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 blah. But this is a problem, and this is a problem because I played it again at 25, and blah 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 blah, and like this is too much for blah 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 blah.
There's like, just people talk way too much. Like they say too. Okay, Persona is worthy of all the conversation, but people say too many words about it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
somebody was
absolutely,
just like,
absolutely.
yeah, all this like talking about it when they were like 16 and how and like how it was like so problematic and like maybe you shouldn't have played it when you're 16, and somebody's just like, it was rated M, like it wasn't really designed for you to be playing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's for people who were like 25 or 30 and wanted to, you know, redo high school and like see
but
some
at the
weird,
same time, like Persona
stuff.
4 is an extremely I can't finish that sentence.
No, do it.
It's such a fucking juvenile game.
Yeah.
Like I kind of low key would almost push back against that and say that, like, yeah, maybe it's not easy to know as like a teenager how to take the more problematic elements in stride, but it's also like I can't imagine being like a fully grown adult with like an adult's worth of life experiences and thinking that Persona 4's writing is like really, really emotionally moving.
No, you don't. Like, you
like,
just...
I get the appeal of it being like a fun Scooby-Doo mystery, but like beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah, once you dig into like the kanji and Naoto stuff, really does like bother me. So like it's bothersome in a way that I feel like, I don't know, I have some favorite stuff that I feel like is like sort of in the realm of how Persona 4 handles those specific topics, but Persona 4 I think crosses like a certain threshold where it's like, oh, there's like not even very much like good intent to that either.
I mean, I think it's a combination of that and it just kind of not ticking enough boxes to begin with to feel worth separating those elements.
Oh god. Okay, hold on, wait.
Yeah, we gotta get out of this hole.
We're crossing a Persona discourse Rubicon here, and I don't want to. And so
I did that on purpose.
I like Persona 3. I like Persona 3. That's all I'm gonna
5.
say.
I like my children in 5. They're
I like Shin Megami Tensei 5 for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you're so fucking cool, Nicky.
I'm fucking awesome.
Wow.
You have so much taste.
No, look. I played Persona 3 Fez in high school when I was 15. I fucking have the cred.
Yeah.
I still went back and played Nocturne.
Did you play it backwards compatible on the PS3?
On the PS Triple? Of course I did. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, of course I did.
I played them all on Vita.
Including
Persona 5.
On the Vita.
I played Persona 3 Portable in an emulator on my MacBook 1 in-game day per real-life day.
Oh, that's kind of.
And then I fell off of it after like a month. Like
that's why
I stopped.
I was gonna do the same thing, and then like I was just like, this is too slow.
You know what though? I think I could do it if I wanted to pick it back up now.
Yeah.
You know, you should do that too.
What's that?
A fucking Shin-chan game.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah. I'm really hoping that gets a physical release. I really don't.
It's going to. They already kind of.
It seems really like it's gotten more like reception and more like popularity than I think that they had expected. And
it's all thanks to Thor.
Yeah. Persona 3 Portable is kind of like a funny thing for me because like I personally like I'm a console player, so I played Fez and I like that better as a but Persona 3 Portable is maybe, I won't get too into it because like it's kind of like not my personal history or whatever, but Persona 3 Portable might be the greatest gift I've ever given someone because I pretty much like lent it and never got it back, and I don't want it back because like it's because of what happened with it and stuff, but like I lent it to a friend who was in a pretty bad spot and it became like their favorite game ever and like actually like really helped them through like
whoa, that's so funny.
Really
the same thing happened
time.
with our friend Kyle and Persona 3 Fez.
Yeah. Just really powerfully fucking like profound game on this person like at a very, very tough time in their lives, and I was just like, man, this game is so important to you, like it would feel wrong to take it back. And so like you deserve it more than I do, clearly, even though it's pretty expensive. I could sell it make some money, but I don't want it back. So, yeah. So Persona 3 Portable is it's a contender for best gift I've ever gifted someone.
That's really good.
Maybe if unintentionally, but
wonderful. I love that. That was the first one I played. I played it on my hacked Vita that I got for selling a camera set that I got from a realtor for like $300. So I traded it to a friend for like, I think it was like a 150 in like the Vita.
Yeah.
And then I hacked it and put on Persona 3 because I was like, this looks interesting. I should try an RPG, and this is modern and blah, blah, blah. And I got to the train, hit a wall because I was probably not grinding in Tartarus enough or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And I don't think I understood the press turn thing. And I just kind of dropped it until COVID happened. And then I would play for Persona 4. And I was like, oh, this is actually really good.
Right, yeah.
As an adult, Persona 4 is like just like you see the goofiness, and it's really just like making you just pick the choices that are the least offensive to people because you don't want their high school experience to be that awful. Even though I got way too far into Yukiko, and then when I was like, no, we can be friends, it was kind of messed up. Yeah.
All right, I will mention this out, and you can take from this how you will. I dated Chie.
Oh wow!
So,
wow!
Yeah,
Wow!
I think that was the only option at the time that you played it. I don't think anybody was dating anybody but Chie.
Well, that was definitely what I picked in high school. But
that was the era where everybody rightfully worshipped kung fu from House.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, hold on. I have to mention. I played. I played some Persona 4 in high school, but whenever I played through it and dated GA, that was whenever I played Persona 4 Golden, and I was like out of high school for a few years. And so,
points still stands.
Okay. Well, I mean,
yeah, okay,
still
stands.
She's cool. It's just she was just like. I would have done that in high school because that was like the type.
Right.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I just went with I because it was the more interesting gameplay choice.
Right. Yeah. Right. That makes sense.
Like I didn't want to mess up like the Scooby-Doo team because like it always is weird in the story.
I've never seen this bitch in my entire life.
They want to mess up the Scooby-Doo team because of romantic relations. It's like, no, we've got mysteries to solve.
I didn't want to mess up the team. It's weird when you get one of those in the story and then like the story doesn't say anything about it, but like you're technically dating. Like I did that with Persona 5 because I dated Makoto. Right. But like they do a decent thing where he's close enough to all of them that it feels like, Yeah. And like she was in enough of my battles that like it felt like something. Mm-hmm. It was like, oh, this is still cute. It's not directly tied to like my dating choice or whatever, but it still looks cute. I did the Haru. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't played this old ass game. But you get to a point with Haru, if you go far enough with her, it's like, and then like you choose the buddy or date thing, and if you choose the buddy one, it's just like doesn't feel good. I don't care how cold and heartless you are.
But yeah, I don't know. I should play Persona 5 Royal. I own it. Because it was like cheap, like last year or something. I just got it at some point.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways to spend like 100 hours.
That's the thing.
Wow. How about you just play Persona 5 Royal?
Yeah. I definitely am just not doing that though when I'm playing Final Fantasy 12. So like, those 100 hours are getting put away in a different piggy bank right now. But
I don't even know what the real like hours to. Because for me, it was like 170, but a lot of that was like AFK because I was talking on Discord and I just had it on. And then a lot of it is just like cutscenes. And I had like the voices on and like the auto advance or whatever. So it was just like a reward for like playing like 7 hours in Mementos, I just get to sit down and watch the anime for 20 minutes.
Have either of you played the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa?
No, It's been in my Switch wish list for ages. I need to finally play it.
I haven't gotten
It seems really fucking great.
I started it and I played an in-game probably like 2 weeks. So I haven't gotten to a point where like the plot happens, not in a negative way. I just like haven't gotten that far.
Right.
And I know that there's the plot like goes at some point.
Yeah, it's like really. I kind of like played it, like I got it just because like there was good word about it, like, and I got it like years ago on like a Switch sale. I decided to play it just real quickly and just had a great time with it. Like it's like it's a lot more chill than I think I'd expected it to be. I didn't expect like all the life sim elements of it. Like I really didn't know what it was. And then just getting through it and kind of like figuring out a routine, because the game doesn't tell you like shit at all about how it fucking works.
No, it's just got a day-night cycle. There's school to go to, which you can totally not go to.
Yeah, there's random battles, and it's just literally like little brawls that are just on the street, and you can participate in them sometimes, or they're like forced upon you or whatever. But I found it useful to like just not even fucking engage with the combat basically at all, and just like put my nose in some books and just like play as this like delinquent kid, like trying to fucking like get good grades and do well and stuff, and try to get his way out of his situation and everything. And there's some dialogue that comes towards the end by following that was very thematically good to me. I was like, the writing is like really, really well done. There's some like there's weird typos and stuff. Like it's definitely like a very small like indie like thing.
But it wasn't
like,
his first language. He like
right.
It's like there's typos and there's like some weird phrasing and stuff, but like it all comes through is what I'm trying to say. It all translates, and like the writing itself and the choices that they make with it and stuff, and like because it doesn't feel totally optimizable. Like it kind of feels like just like the story feels just outside of your realm, like enough that like it still feels like something that's like written and not just like you just like, you know, role playing the entire way and like not, you know, and just like being able to manipulate everything. Like you can only manipulate so much of your experience with it. And that's cool to me. I like there being a bit more of like forced authorship or whatever almost. And I don't know, just some of the places they took the story and the characters and stuff was like very like, this is the story they're telling, this is the theme they're working with, and it's very effective. It's really good. So I want to play his other game, and then he has a third game. Like he has another game that's like about a detective in like Italy or France or something. And then he has a third game coming out soon. I think this says like end of 2022, but that's obviously not happening. So, but there's like a third game coming out soon that's like about like a retiring like Yakuza boss that just wants out and stuff. And like that's probably going to be also very good because Ringo Ishikawa was like pretty fucking good. Like,
it's extremely smart. It's like well designed. Like
yeah. Right.
There's like the game gives you so much of a choice in like how you approach life in general. Like the dialogue at the beginning does set you up to be like, you can either mess around, do this Yakuza stuff or whatever, or not Yakuza, but this like, you know, bully stuff, and you can do
delinquent stuff,
delinquent stuff, and like you can go to school, or you can do both, whatever. You just you know,
There's like a whole I found out there's a whole like dating mechanic that I had no idea about the whole time. Well, I finished the game and I was like, oh shit, you can date people.
Yeah, totally. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. It's like such a slow burn, and it's one of the, again, I think we're on a theme of like coming of age.
Right, coming of age stuff.
Yeah, so, and this one is really like, because I mean, I'm old, so at this point, I'm just looking back like, oh man, I had so many opportunities.
Yeah, it's really good though. It feels like I don't know, it has a good grasp on the themes and kind of dealing with it with some sort of maturity and like being able to kind of look back on it with perspective and not just like as just a straight indulgence thing and stuff. And then also, it has a pretty fucking good grasp for being a game that, like, maybe out of any game in my Switch library, I don't know if there's any game that feels quite like just opening a itch.io, like, exe file on my Switch as this one. But, I kind of love that for a game like that, it also still has a really good grasp of, like, how to be cinematic within its means and stuff. And, like, how to kind of set a scene and just make it feel really nice and really visually like pleasant and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's just a very impressive game. Very impressive game. I really enjoyed it. And it's only like 8 hours. Like that's the thing, is like we talked about how much like scope and breadth it has like within its systems and stuff and its life sim stuff, but it's also still like totally like doable within like a handful of hours and stuff.
That should be true of every game. Every game should be 8 hours.
Because like every day is like only like a few minutes long and stuff. Like it's not.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like.
Word.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
Sounds like it's paced better than Tokimeki Memorial.
Probably. I love that you're taking up, like, even though like great video, love the Tim video, everything is awesome. I love learning about its place in history, so I love that like you took up the spot of like, you know what, I'm gonna be a hater.
I definitely got a sense for that you took a stance.
No, I won't lie. It was a feeling that I had a hunch that I would have going in, and that I definitely had.
Yeah.
It was too wholesome.
No, literally though. Like I admit it's a very pedagogical stance that I'm taking on it. Is that I think so many of the things that other games in its legacy did more interestingly, the only reason they don't get the credit for it is because they're pornography. And obviously that's a banner that I refuse to stop waving, no matter how cliche it proves to be in time.
Well, I think like that was part of the point, right? It was to do all the porn game stuff, but not have the porn.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's dumb.
I think that is a great achievement. It's like it's not easy. Kidding. It's not easy at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think the bigger problem is just that it. I wholly believe the people who evangelize the visual novel spin-offs, like the spin-offs that focus on each individual girls. I believe it. Obviously, there's no way for me to play those games to confirm it, but I believe that that's where a lot of the depth comes from. But it's like, I really don't think it would have been that hard to give any of those girls depth within the confines of the game as it exists.
I just love the way you.
They all just feel really bland.
No, I agree. I played like a bit of it through like a translator, and then like talked about it with people, and like there's a relative level of depth, and I feel like that comes from them trying to get the idea to work and not be porn, and to have the idea be the thing that worked. But they totally could have written like a little bit deeper.
The game designers are sitting there like fucking like sweat beating down their fucking faces and stuff, and their fucking red veins popping. So just not porn, can't be porn, can't make it porn.
Okay, you know what I'll say? What bothers me is not that Tokimeki Memorial is not porn. It's that they had the gall to fucking commit an act of genre traitorism by banning the production of doujinshi for their game while building themselves off of the foundations of eroge and invariably the fan culture that cropped up around those games.
Why didn't you lead with that?
I think it's cop shit. What?
Why didn't you lead with that? You had us go down this like
because I didn't think it was as funny.
Tokimeki Memorial.
I didn't think it was as funny.
I was just gonna say I just love that like you have like these actual like real detailed thoughts and stuff, but I love that the way you express this all is that this is just simply the girls don't have swag. It's simply,
they don't have swag.
It's true. It's true, like I get it. It's so they, like that just immediately just solidifies in my head as a crystalline like salient point. Like it's true. They don't have swag. I mean, like these are swagless girls they're giving me.
She's the obvious point. She's the obvious pick in the same way that Chie is the obvious pick if it's 2013. But I did like Yuina. She was the one that I pursued and that I won the heart of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was about to say something, and I was like, no, I'm gonna not say something. Actually,
that's totally fine.
Let that be another lesson to you all. Sometimes you can just be on a podcast and be like, wait a minute, I could just not say something. Now I was just gonna make a Tatsuki Fujimoto joke about girls being mean and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. Yeah,
I was just gonna do that. So, but I was just like, am I gonna typecast myself? Like, am I gonna pigeonhole myself right now?
That's just where the world is right now. It's as Julie Doucet would say, it's in the air.
It's in the air. It is in the air. God.
Speaking of video game girls, can we like?
What's up?
I don't like Layla.
That's fine. It's fine not to like Layla. It's
man, it took me a while. Like I'm not against using guides or whatever. I think there's enough good design in it to be like, worth playing. But man, NES game, Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
It's cute. I think it's cute. I like the graphics. I liked everything. I want to steal a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly those elements that take it all the way there for me. That, and I think the weapon switching is fun, and I think the physics are fun.
I think the cave story point was pretty good.
Yeah. I stand by that thought.
Even though that's giving, Layla a little bit too much credit.
No, I fully knew that it was, but sometimes I feel like it's like, it's been fucking 40 years. Why not give this thing its due and then some?
Right.
I do love Metal Slader Glory, and that it's the greatest NES game that they've ever produced.
Yeah, absolutely.
I played that like the middle of 2021, and I took like a month and I wrote down all these notes about the experience and stuff, which I need to turn into something. Like I was gonna make like this whole thing about my dad, because it was like the whole thing about them trying to recover, figure out all this stuff about their father. That kind of resonated with me. Like after my dad passed, it's really just kind of like piecing his stuff back together to figure out like what the plot was, because I never knew.
Right. That sounds great. You should definitely write that. It's honestly like, I know I said it in the video, but playing Metal Slader Glory, I was really just like, oh my god, like it's so refreshing to see a game that was basically destined to fail still be believed in to the degree that it was.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, man, the sincerity in it is so good. And like the game design is good. It's got like the some of the adventure game stuff, but like the way it does it is like not
a guide, and that was not true of any other that I played.
It's not mean design. I did have to use a guide on like the after the twist and you're in the station or whatever to figure out like, am I going the right way?
You know what? At that point, I was like, I've extended this game enough, like, trust that I'm going to continue that. And
How
I
long
got
did it
through
take you
without...
to get
Oh gosh,
figure out the vent thing?
I want to say it was maybe like 45 minutes or an hour.
Oh man, like that was the only like frustrating part.
I definitely think that you're better off just doing a guide for that part, but I was kind of like interested in seeing how viable it was for me to just figure it out, and I think I kind of lucked into it just by being really thorough.
Did you know about like the I don't want to spoil it because it's really good, the twists? Did you come in knowing that I don't know, the second half of it was going to turn into the second half, like the kidnapping part?
No, I didn't, but I more or less guessed the second a certain character appeared somewhere where we didn't give them our location.
Yeah, I thought that was weird, but like,
yeah, because like I mentioned it, but like when I played Portopia, I was like, oh wait, hold on, it seems like we're kind of trying to book this guy a little too soon. Like, is that just like what this video game thinks like police procedure is like? And then lo and behold, that was one of the clues.
Yuji Hoari's trick.
I know, yeah.
He's fucking, that's a smart cookie right there.
Yeah.
Portopia is also really worth playing. Like, you might have to go in with a guide in a couple of places.
Oh,
but if you just
I extremely used a guide the entire time. I think I beat it in like 25 minutes, and I know that there was stuff that I was theoretically missing, but I feel like a lot of the game's charm and its success came through very clearly regardless.
Yeah. I really want to try it out.
Yeah, use a guide for the maze, because fuck that.
Yeah, use a guide for the fucking maze.
I don't know why that was. I mean, I know why that was in there because everybody was doing it, but like, it didn't make like regular sense until like, I don't know. I guess you gotta play the game, but like, like where this isn't a spoiler because it's like the first thing you explore. It's like in the bottom of the mansion. Like you find, it's like one of the first things you find, and like, why is this under this guy's house? And why is there stuff in it? Why is anything in this maze like this? It's just like wizardry out of nowhere.
Yeah. I love how many fucking games from that era just randomly introduce you to a fucking first-person maze.
I really love...
Like, why does the fucking Goonies have that shit?
I love how head over fucking heels Japanese game dev was for first-person fucking dungeon crawler shit. It's crazy. Yeah. It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah, because that's what wizardry was. Because like they were all trying to like do that. Yeah. Before Dragon Quest came along, and then even after it came along, they were still trying to do like that's what immersive gameplay was at the time.
And the psychos at Atlas were the only ones brave enough to bring that through into like the DS era and be like, yeah, Strange Journey still acts like an NES game, whatever. And so
we can't let these game design things die. We have to.
Yeah, no. Like, I definitely still would love to see more dungeon crawlers come out. Oh God, I wish I had it on me right now. But Hazel, you know the one I'm thinking of. That indie like dungeon crawler that looks fucking cracked. It's like black and white graphics or whatever. With like the music. Oh shit. Whatever. I'm gonna kick myself for not fucking knowing this immediately.
Is it first person?
It's first person. It's a first person dungeon crawler.
Is there like black and white, like matte black and white?
Steam.
It's like it's like it's supposed to look drawn, and so like it's like it's all in complete like monochrome, like all the graphics and stuff.
I don't know if I know this one.
Is it like pixel?
Hazel, I posted it in a Discord that we're both in.
Right. And I feel like I vaguely remember.
There's like a grid with like 9 party members on it or some shit, like some crazy stuff. Like it looked completely nuts.
Fuck. It's like a. It's on the tip of my fucking tongue.
I know. It's like right fucking there. I'm so pissed. I'm so mad right now. I don't do this. I usually.
I'm trying to fucking log into my Steam account right now to see if I wishlisted it, because I do tend to do that.
I'm looking through my fucking following on Twitter to be like, I know I fucking followed this motherfucker recently. and stuff. Like, it's fucking... I follow too many fucking accounts. That's my problem.
Yeah, I keep it at a stone cold 200-ish, no matter what.
I fucking wish... I wish I was that strong. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
I got it. I love that they're just gonna hear all of this because you're not gonna edit shit.
No, of course I'm not. Of course I'm not.
I know you're not. All right, Bryan, fucking peep on this. Path of the Abyss.
Oh, yeah, I did have this in my... I'm just now seeing it.
Oh, okay.
2 hour credit. Path of the Abyss is not exactly a very original name for a video game. So,
yeah, it looks like an Apple, like a OS 9 game.
Yeah, doesn't it? It looks cool as shit. I really need to
and it's got anime.
I really need to scratch that like Etrian Odyssey part of my brain and just like let myself indulge in that stuff and just like come back out like a totally different, like a totally changed but way more annoying person.
If you sit down with an Etrian Odyssey, I will also try to play it alongside you. I played one of them as a teen, and I was way too fucking stupid to figure any of its shit out.
Bryan,
I like the art. That's enough for me.
I've not fucked with Etrian Odyssey just yet. I have the first 3 on my DS. I just like saved them for a rainy day after I played Strange Journey and went, oh, I enjoyed this too much, so I might get something out of these.
Yeah, you will, because it's just, well, I mean, obviously they're softer games, so
right.
Prepare.
I know. Like the thing about Etrian Odyssey though is that like I'm having to really like struggle with myself by being like I'm pretty like hard line about like about playing stuff in like release order and kind of just getting a feel for like the progression of how a developer kind of like, you know, like kind of, you know, just progressed over time and just like grew this series and stuff, but also knowing that like pretty much everyone I've ever known has been like, just start with 3 or 4 or something, like because there's not like much in the way of story, so it's literally just like if you get the experience you'll get it. And so, but it's also like if I want to play the really pain in the ass ones also,
sometimes I mean you can like I feel like sometimes it depends.
Yeah, either way I'm playing them all for free. I'm not paying for any of them, so like what's the harm, right?
Yeah, so, there's no, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. Like I'm kind of like a either or, like it doesn't really matter to me. Mm-hmm. I do find like when you start with the best one, you kind of, you know, you start with the best one and then you go back and then you still appreciate like the old one. Yeah,
I feel like I gotta grow that gene because I think some people let that ruin stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Really bad. But you got to be able to grow that gene in your head that lets you be like, no, I can appreciate this on its own terms because it came out at this date. It can't possibly measure up. And
like if the game actually has like the core early, like I appreciated Dragon Quest 1 because even though I played like 8 first and 11, and then like I went back and I was like, oh, this core loop is what makes this work.
Yeah,
so it like still works in the
Dragon
first
Quest
one.
1 is fucking awesome. The
original Dragon Quest is maybe like one of my picks, like outside of that and like maybe like Super Mario Brothers 1 as like the best the best like history lesson video game ever, because Dragon Quest 1 it's like, okay, you can sit that down in front of someone and they'll probably, like, if they're not prepared for it, they'll probably be pretty annoyed with some of its choices and the fact that it doesn't have this many, like, you know, the niceties of modern JRPG stuff. But the fact that it's only, like, 5 hours or something, or, like, fucking 8 at most to complete, like, really takes the edge off of, like, literally anything it does. And same with Mario 1 because of, like, its warp zones and stuff. Like, you get it. You can get Mario 1 pretty quickly and like still beat it in a timely fashion and still be like, oh, I learned a lot. Game design has grown. It's come a long way since Pac-Man. You know, things like that. But I think those two are like the best to put in, you know, like whereas compared to like Like, you can learn a lot from Final Fantasy II, but the act of playing Final Fantasy II was such a fucking, like, cock and ball torture, like, fucking, like, test of the fucking human spirit that it's like, why? Like, why make anyone do that? And so just like play it on PSP for God's sake. And so, you know, like, why? And so
you're definitely better off approaching Final Fantasy II if you're like a Saga pervert,
right? Yeah,
than if you're a Final Fantasy pervert,
which I dangerously like. I'm coming close to like I feel like I'm growing that itch in my brain. Because
I started Saga 1 and was like, fucking love these sprites. I fucking love the setup. I love that I'm just given this like party setup that I can do whatever I want with. And then I fucking put it down and I did something else.
I mean, Saga is one of those ones where you have to be like open to. I feel like you had to have. There can't be your first one. Like you have to play like some other RPGs first, to the point that like you are open to like some weird systems and just letting the game just do whatever it wants to you.
Yeah, right. Definitely. I mean, like, that's the thing is like Saga 1 literally has like an entire class or race or whatever that's wholly dedicated to randomness. Like, do you guys know about this?
That's the type.
Is it the beast?
No,
class?
it's that too. Actually, it's two of them. Yeah, the mutants and then the espers. Whenever they level up their like magic stat or whatever 3 spells they currently have learned will just get shuffled out for other ones, and you have like no control over it.
That's the type of diabolical bullshit you only get in late 80s game design.
Yeah.
So like that shit is magical. Like, I love how fucking awful that is. That's so stupid and mean. And so like I just love it. I don't know. Like no I don't know. No set of human beings have ever been greater trolls in the history of humankind as game designers on Japanese video games in the 1980s and stuff.
Yeah.
Like no one on 4chan, no one on the internet has that fucking prestige of being the greatest troll that's ever fucking lived.
Andy Kaufman, get out of here! You're not shit compared to
no. That would be Shigeru Miyamoto designing the Lost Levels. That fucking psycho. Like what an awful game.
I love Lost Levels.
I mean, but they were trying to figure it out. They were trying to figure out what was good and what was bad.
No, I just love it. Like, it's so mean.
Mean.
Like there's no other way to interpret what that game, like, at least with Final Fantasy 2 and other like notoriously difficult games and stuff, it's like, oh, you know, like they were really trying something different and stuff, and it's like they really wanted you to play in a certain way or to kind of take the lessons, you know, to heart and everything. But with Mario 2, there is absolutely zero other way to interpret what that game is giving you other than
the
these
finger.
These guys want me to fuck myself. they hired on Lucifer as a fucking game designer at Nintendo. Like, that's the only other way I can rationalize what's being done here. And so it's just evil shit.
It's hilariously deliberate too, because like the way that like everybody had picked apart Mario 1 made them go like, okay, we can play this game. And like there's like, I forgot what it was. I have to go back and look, but there was like this one specific exploit that they figured out in the first game. And so in the second game, they make you do a whole level via you have to do that. You have to do the exploit to get through it.
The very idea of the poison mushroom looking exactly the same is just
and is it not also literally the first power up that you get, or no? Like there's a normal mushroom that you can break out if you fucking like really understand the physics and you understand that you can hit a block that a mushroom is underneath or is above to make it jump up and out. But if you don't get that one, the one that you like naturally come into contact with is the fucking poison one.
And you come into contact with you because it like makes a beeline for you.
Right.
As opposed to the other mushroom that like runs away.
The first lesson that Mario 1 teaches you is that you can become stronger, and you can you just have to be like, you just have to pay attention, jump over stuff that comes at you, yada yada. The first lesson that Mario 2 teaches you is die. You will die and stuff. Like, don't trust us, fool.
Has anybody listening, like, I don't know how many people have watched Jeremy Parrish's videos. He finally got to Super Mario Brothers, and like, I didn't. That's like a Mario 1 is like one of the first video games I ever played. So like, that's my anchor to like what a video game is. Right. So I never really got the NES. Like, like I wasn't there before. Like, my brain wasn't there before. I didn't have one. The very moments that Super Mario, like, every game before is like an arcade port, and they're all like, what you would think of as an NES game, like super hard, whatever, because they were just doing quarter munchers, but like, you can play it at home now, whatever. Mario shows up and it's a video game.
Right.
The colors are incredible. It runs. It's so fast compared to like these other games. Like, you can't, like, you have to see it in context to understand like how much of a game changer it was. And it was just like lost on me for so many years until I like actually witnessed somebody go through the whole library in chronological order. And it's like day and night. And then every game after that is just like, it blew everybody out of the water. So like, they all want to be Mario now, and they're all running crazy fast. They're all like trying to do like these, like Contra shows up and is doing like this wild stuff.
Earlier this year, I played through all the 2D Marios, all like the early ones, up through like Yoshi's Island and stuff, and I had such a good time. And I feel like I like gained so much appreciation for that older stuff, especially with Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island, I think, was a game I pretty much majorly missed out on for like way too long. And then I played it and I was like, oh, this is like the first modern Nintendo game. It's basically like an N64 game, but they made it on a Super Nintendo. If that it's like it makes a really weird roundabout sort of sense, but it kind of like has a design sensibility like that. That feels like the first game that they made that kind of has the sensibility that people talk about, like Donkey Kong Country Returns having,
right?
And stuff where like they show you one idea and they go, get good at this, and then they extrapolate on that idea like several different times throughout the level, and then the level ends, and then they move on, next idea, because there's not that many levels in the game. And then like every boss fight is super unique and stuff. Like, it feels like they were trying like the 64 and onward style of Nintendo game design, that kind of school of thought,
right? And
it kind of feels like it first emerged like from the chrysalis of Mario World, which might be a better game, but it emerged from that as like Yoshi's Island, and it kind of feels like it's like the first crystallized, like, oh, this is like a capital N red font Nintendo game. Like, this is like this is a modern Nintendo game. And it's pretty wild to like see that like form in your head, like as you're playing it. I'm just like, oh my god, because like my basis, and I know this is like I sound like a youngin every time I say this, but I want to specify that I got into games late as a child. Like, I didn't get into like I didn't have a Super Nintendo or anything growing up around me whenever I was like really small. So like I waited until I was like 6, and my first console for my birthday was like a red see-through Nintendo 64. And
yeah, that was also my first console.
Yeah, and Mario 64 is like my basis. Like, that is video games.
I actually
to me.
never had Mario 64 growing up.
Wow.
The one that I had was
like,
fucking Smash Bros.
I had a 64. I had WWF Warzone. I had 1080, and I had Kirby.
I love how every WWF game was like iconic on that system. Like, like that's like the golden age of wrestling games. It's crazy.
Warzone sucked.
And everybody
like,
goes back to him.
Warzone was the first one. Sorry.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, whenever you go back to those games, you have that moment where you're like, oh, fuck, there's Chris Benoit. Let's keep it rolling. Let's not dwell on this too much.
But yeah, like I have
like every like variety streamer or whatever that I've ever clicked on a video where they're doing like either like just like wrestling games or like games for whatever platform. Whenever there's invariably a wrestling game, Chris Benoit is always there, and everyone's kind of just like, "Oh man,
oh no,
that's no good."
Yeah.
I played a lot of Chris Benoit.
I mained Chris Benoit.
It was so fast, and like his moves were cool. Warzone was like terrible in the scope of N64 wrestling games. I remember it was like one of the first games I got, and it was one of the first wrestling games they made for N64. And then like WrestleMania comes out, and like it's graphically better. Like everybody's like has like round shoulder. It's like the you remember like the everybody's made of like orbs or whatever. Like everything's rounded, and like the movement is like clean. It's everybody, even because everybody looks like Vector Man or whatever. But Warzone was like those stiff, like flat polygon models. Man, I never got to own one of the good ones. One of the good wrestling games.
There were like, I was like weirdly hip to a lot of the like really good racing games on N64. Like I knew about Beetle Adventure Racing before like Derek Alexander told me about it, you know, like it was one of those things. I wonder if that's an East Tennessee thing. Like we just really like cars around here, so maybe like I just had access to stuff like Beetle Adventure Racing and like Hot Wheels and shit.
My fucking version of that was I had Mickey Speedway USA instead of Mario Kart.
Right. I also had Mario Kart, and my mom was like, my mom's two favorite games of all time that she played with me were she's still here.
Well, you're not actively playing these games with her.
Yeah, but
so I think grammatically that sentence didn't imply anything grim.
But look, death has been in the air. So
I get you.
But her favorite games were Mario Kart 64, which back then she used to beat my ass at all the time, but now the tables have turned. And so Mario Kart 8, she doesn't stand a fucking chance. But the other one was Luigi's Mansion for GameCube, actually.
Aww.
Yeah, she like absolutely loved Mario, like Luigi's Mansion, and would get extremely like wrapped up in trying to catch ghosts, and would be like, "Oh, come on!" As that whenever like the booze would get away and stuff. So.
That's so cute. My version of that was my mom and I played through some of Paper Mario together, the original. I couldn't read at the time, but obviously I was a child who played video games, so of course I liked Mario. So we got through that one together. Some of it was just on a rental, so I never got very far, but the memories are very profound in my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny, kind of going briefly back to just like becoming acquainted with old games. I had that moment when I was like around 12 or 13, because that was when I got my Wii. And it was a combination of getting that and then also learning about emulation that I was like, whoa, like I have like the entire history of video games now at my fingertips.
Right, yeah.
And that was like a very like freeing and exciting moment for me. So that was how I played like a whole bunch of those games at a young age.
It's really crazy. I feel like I was on the precipice of that, right? I don't think I ever got super big into emulating games. But like I feel like I was on the precipice of that. I think I just chose both really well and really poorly the games I started out emulating, because like the first things I wanted to emulate, because I was a big Happy Video Game Nerd fan, so I knew about Earthbound and stuff, was that I was like, oh, I'm gonna play the Mother games because I really want to play those. So I played Mother 1, 2, and 3, and Mother 3 was so like life changing for me that I actually kind of stopped playing games like at all for like a while. And this was like near the back half of high school where I was also in a band, and I was like worried about other stuff, and then also the Wii U was coming out, and the Wii U was like a giant disappointment to the point
the
where
worst
like I
shit
just
ever.
Yeah, so the Wii U was like such a bad time to be a fan of Nintendo that like I was just like, oh, I'm just not gonna play anything. So I actually just like stopped playing video games pretty much at all.
Yeah,
after
I
Mother
think that
3
was
for like
around
several years.
the same time that I just totally fell off of games because I also got busy with bands and shit.
Yeah, so like so I think if I had played just regular stupid shit and like had just like just played around with stuff and like experimented, so I'd actually be way more of an emulation head than I am today.
Yeah.
But today I'm just like in this weird spot where I'm like, I support emulation. I'm like, hey, have fun with it, go wild. But I'm also like, but I like to play on the TV. So I'm like really, so I end up just getting everything officially anyway because I'm just like, I just like to play on the TV. I'm like,
let me introduce you to my
so
good friend,
a
modded PlayStation Classic.
I have a modded Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah,
and,
no, I know
that's
that
good
is how you played Shin Megami Tensei.
It is, yeah, one and part 2.
Is that the only box you got? Only emulator box you got?
Yeah, I don't have like a Raspberry.
I have one of those in my bedroom, and in my living room I have the PlayStation Classic.
Yeah, I got the
Next
PlayStation
I gotta
Classic.
get a fucking Genesis Classic for the bathroom. Some shit.
I'm gonna get one. I had the plans to get one, but I'm gonna have
play
to
some
wait till
Gunstar Heroes on the fucking pooper.
I mean, I do that already with my Vita, and like
Yeah, like that's the other thing.
Yeah, right.
I
I do
bought-
play it more than anything.
Yeah, I bought
enjoy-
the Series X or the Series S literally for RetroArch. I woke up one morning and like I was like, I wonder how the PS5s are doing.
Still doesn't have any games.
They weren't doing well, and I was like, oh, let me just get this RetroArch for my TV, and that's mostly what I use it for.
I've told my friend Wyatt about this. Shouts out Wyatt. We're gonna get him on the show sometime. But
it's still really funny to me that Wyatt listens. I never think of him as listening.
It's funny because like he, I think he just gets so bored at work that he just ends up listening to the show and stuff. He's just like, oh, what's Nicky doing? But I was telling Wyatt about this and stuff that like I've had the weirdest like just urge to throw the Final Fantasy IV DS remake on my DS, just because like that's the one that's like stupid hard. Like I've played through that game before, but that's the version that's like stupid hard and also has like a weird like Alexander O. Smith like translation and stuff. So like people talk and they talk like Final Fantasy Tactics characters and like are like super flowery and like stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, give me that. I feel like doing that soon. And so like I don't know. It's like this game I'm just like not. I just wouldn't normally be interested in because like I've already played Final Fantasy IV. It's a good game, but like I don't know. I just feel like playing it like soon. I don't know why. But,
Mister, I like new experiences better.
I know. I am nothing if not a huge hypocrite. Like I've said this before.
God forbid you go back and play a new version of a game you've never played. That still counts as a new experience in my book.
Yeah,
God damn
especially if you love the TV so much.
Yeah. Me on.
Yeah. You got to look at a handheld for once. Fucking lower yourself.
Oh my God!
Bryan's
I
level.
fucking I brought my Switch on my trip. And one, I was too tired to play Final Fantasy 12, so I just didn't. But like, I also like tried for like 10 minutes, and I like didn't bring the dock. But I was just like, oh, like, because I didn't feel like using the Joy-Cons either. So I like propped up the Switch, like a fucking nincompoop, and fucking like pulled out the Pro controller and started trying to play it like that. And I was just like squinting way too much. I was like, this isn't gonna fucking work.
How did you brought the Pro controller?
We fucking bought a second. We had to buy a second dock for the bedroom.
Yeah. I should have brought a dock for the hotel. I should have done it.
Yeah. That's just a console that doesn't feel right. handheld to me.
I mean, I'm like not offended by it. I mean, but I totally get not really jiving with it.
I think the Joy-Con stuff scares me so much that I'm just like, oh, maybe I should just not use the Joy-Cons ever. Ever.
It doesn't matter how much you use them, by the way.
I have
they drift anyway.
Right.
Everybody thinks like, oh, you must have been like playing like fucking Wario or something too hard.
It doesn't matter how you use them, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, they're just like that. It's gonna happen if you barely use it.
Joy-Con sets right now. Literally the main thing that I use to play the Switch with is my fucking Xbox fucking Series Elite Series 2 with like a $40 adapter that lets it work on a Switch.
What are you even playing on the Switch to like get the most out of it?
Fucking anything is better than using the Joy-Cons. We got drift in both of ours. I've tried fixing it.
Yeah, I tried. It didn't work.
I hate how much of a mark I am for the like. Did you guys see the DualSense like Pro controller that they announced?
Yeah,
for the PS5. It has like it's like cool, and I think it's actually plastic. So it's not even like the crazy metal shit that they do for the fucking Elite controller, but it has removable joystick components like entirely. You can just take off a joystick if it's not working, and then buy one on Sony's website, and they'll send you a new one, and pop it in. And it's like, that's nice. Like, I kind of hate Sony, like, in a lot of fundamental ways, and so like I think I don't know, like they really annoy the shit out of me with how they do business, like pretty much all the time. But on that one fundamental point on this like new controller they announced, I was like, oh man, I kind of like that enough to where I might just mark out and just buy it anyway. But
a broken clock is right twice.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I just want it to do well enough to where Microsoft and Nintendo are like, can we just like I just want it to be standard practice to be like, hey, if the joystick if the joystick doesn't work, like can I just give you fucking like $10 and you just send me a new of that one part, just like just a new, like, you know, like, so I don't have to replace the whole fucking $80 controller, you fucking idiots. Like just send me the one part, please.
I do love that Nintendo's is just like, you're just gonna have to be without a Joy-Con for a while.
It's so absurd. They're just like, yeah, we'll fix it, but I mean, like, it's fucking tough shit. So if you want to play games for the next 14 days.
Did you guys ever see that quote from Nintendo where they were like, you know, Joy-Cons are like a car, you know, the axles of a car will start to break down with use over time.
Oh man,
this is just how it goes.
Legal teams are so evil. They'll find a way around anything.
It's so goddamn cartoony.
I have to ask Hazel.
Yeah, what's good?
Did we get any questions in the
We
email?
did.
Right before we do that, though, I want to ask Bryan one from last week because I'm really interested in his answer.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Because I'm really interested in his answer because both, like, the question was really good. And also, me and Bryan, on the one episode that Hazel is not on from Pod Spirit, got the question about dogs going to heaven, and we decided no. So I'm really interested in Bryan's perspective on this question. Bryan, if you were to pick a species of animal to inherit the earth and give them like language and knowledge and all these things to just inherit and be able to kind of rule and have dominion over the earth after we're gone, who would it be? Or like what species of animal would it be?
Probably. Yeah, they would all fuck it up. That's the thing. I don't think
we're not doing much better.
I don't think anything on this earth would be better with what we have, this curse we have.
I think we talked about, like, I think we immediately veered into the subject of like no matter what, after we're gone, it's just going to be water and stuff. So we would have to go with sea life. So like, we were thinking of like manatees or penguins or like pistol shrimp or something. Just like,
I mean, if that was
weird.
the case, I think the dolphins are second in command.
Right.
I wouldn't want to give it to the whales because their perspective is just too, they're too big. They have a completely different perspective on the planet.
Okay, that's funny. We said a similar thing with birds. Like avian creatures would get way too uptight about like the fact that they can fly and everybody and everyone else can't.
Yeah, they just wouldn't care. Yeah,
right. So it immediately become a classist thing like pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think dolphins are probably second in command. And then I don't know. After that, maybe some kind of bacteria or something. I wouldn't give it to seals. Because I don't like how they behave now. So they really be assholes to everybody. Everybody left in Atlantis. Yeah, I'm gonna go with dolphins. I think they would. I don't know. I think they figure out their own society. They have to go through their own struggles about what's right. Their own systems.
Right. Maybe. Yeah. They've got the whole echolocation thing too, so they can communicate telepathically or whatever.
They got the family things going on. They're communal.
What happens when they get smart enough and then they learn that we made multiple video games about what it's like to be a dolphin, but from a human perspective? Like, what's a dolphin going to do when they learn about Echo the dolphin?
I don't know how in the world they're going to find that out. I think we're safe. I think, what if they find out about it and then it's just like, oh, maybe we should contact aliens, huh?
Right.
What would happen if we showed the next species of animal, Akira? How would that change things? Like, would they just go crazy and they'd be like, holy shit, that's the best movie ever?
They just get really into anime.
I have had the thought of when if another species did have this level of sentience and we were cohabitating, what their media would look like,
right?
And what our media would look like, because it would be totally different. I was thinking about that when I was in Dragon Ball Super. They showed the Avatar 2 trailer, and I was like, I wonder what if these things actually existed and it wasn't CG. It was actual cameras and they were actually acting. What this world would be that we were cohabitating with. Would this even be a movie?
Avatar 2 is going to be the craziest Windows XP screensaver I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to be so
I was in IMAX. It looked crazy. I'm not going to see the movie, but I was like, huh. They were really going. This really hits on this gigantic, beautiful screen.
I can't
it's
believe
looking at a graphics card box under a microscope.
I can't believe they're actually calling the third one the Seed Bearer. That's such an insanely sexual thing to call that.
Whoa. That's wild. Wait, hold on. Didn't we were going to talk about Dragon Ball Superhero.
Fucking good movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Right. Can we spoil it? This is the half.
I don't think is anybody going to really care?
Well, here's the thing.
They put out the spoiler trailer yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters.
We can't do anything worse than what Toei already did, because I was spoiled on the two big forms. That happened in it weeks before I even saw it, and so
I
didn't know anything going in.
Yeah,
I knew
for the viewers at home.
I was avoiding it a lot, but I couldn't get away from that. Yeah.
For the listeners at home, these two watched it in theaters. Mm-hmm. I watched a cam rip.
in typical Hazel fashion, I love it.
Yeah.
It's 3 levels. It's 3 levels.
Yeah,
you're right.
I watched it in IMAX. Nicky watched it at a regular screen.
Yeah, I watched it in a matinee screening.
And I think, Bryan, you were the only one who watched it in English, with an English dub.
Yeah, I watched it with the dub, which, I didn't realize until we were talking about it, because it seemed like showings where when people were coming back, they were like, oh, it was empty. Oh, it was, super full. And I hadn't thought about whether or not it was dubbed or sub, because I imagine
Right.
the dubbed ones were the ones that were full.
Yeah. I went with sub both because like I'm sorry. I just really like subtitle.
It was literally the only one that was there. I didn't have a choice.
And also because I'm pretty sure I rightfully assumed that less annoying people were going to be trying to talk over the movie and scream over it during the subtitled showings.
Yeah.
I have never had that film experience of people.
That's
like,
crazy. I saw
like I don't know what people are talking about. With the
I might
horrible
be
experience in the movies. Like I know it's a
Yeah.
thing. I've just miraculously never experienced that.
Yeah, like I mean, I might be doxing myself as an uncool person. I'm sorry. It was 2012. I was in high school, but I did see Avengers opening night, and like literally I couldn't hear like sections of dialogue in the last like hour of the movie because people were fucking screaming and like being
And you know
hyped
what?
over like the entire back half of the
Do
movie.
you think that you are now 10 years removed incapable of writing in what you missed?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Like
sure.
I feel like
right.
I feel like you can fill in those gaps pretty easily.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, like the plot ends like 80 minutes into it, and then there's still like another 45.
Wait,
or
are we
something.
talking about Super
God.
now, or are we talking about Avengers?
I was talking about Avengers 1,
Okay,
but
yeah.
like, but Dragon Ball Super, however,
It's good.
yeah, okay, so I hadn't watched Broly either, and I watched that shortly. I watched that like the day before. I watched Super, and Broly is like stupid good. It's
Yeah.
like it's
They
like
fixed him.
it's like the they fixed the character first off. Like Toriyama actually made him a guy that like is cool and interesting.
I actually don't know very much about Broly. I never saw his
There's
movie. I
nothing
only
to
ever
know.
played the games. Where
You know
Yeah,
everything. You
Yeah,
know
the-
his
Oh, so he's
whole
like
thing
Mari.
was just being big and like fighting.
Yeah.
Goku.
Yeah,
just
That's
like Mari.
literally it.
Yeah, the original version of Broly literally is nothing. In the newer Broly that Toriyama actually was more involved with, it pretty much is like he has like a complicated relationship, like not complicated, but like he has like a relationship with his father where his father is basically overbearing and is very aware of just how powerful he is and is trying to kind of like, I don't know, just sick him like a dog, basically across like
Well, like it's a
like for his own
complicated
means. Yeah,
It's like a whole complicated thing with like them and the planet, because like
right. Yeah,
like King Vegeta like knows he's too strong, and so they
Right.
banish him, and like his
Yeah,
dad feels
like-
like a way about it.
like in the Broly movie, Toriyama basically ties it into the like origin story of like Goku and Bardock and like
And, like,
Raditz and
Frieza
stuff.
and all that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And it's stuff that like people are very divided about. I know Wyatt, my friend that I do my nerd podcast with, absolutely hates the Dragon Ball Minus stuff because he like really loves the Bardock special from like the like 2000s or 90s or whatever. But I'm like kind of agnostic about it. I'm cool with either one, but I do kind of like the Bardock special better just because I just think it's more interesting that Bardock was kind of a bastard, idiot, asshole and stuff. And then like his kid is just like this cool, just happy-go-lucky guy. But I like the Broly movie. It's really good. And the
like when Frieza in that movie is really good too.
Frieza's a Looney
Frieza
Tunes
shows
character.
up like a fucking asshole. It's crazy.
Frieza's a Looney Tunes character in that movie. There's a scene where where they basically like point Broly in his direction and make Broly just like fight him for a while they like figure out the Gogeta stuff.
And it's like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, no, and Frieza might as well have like held up a help me sign before Broly like started beating his ass into the ground and stuff. Like it's great. It's a fireworks show for the back half, but I kind of love it. Like it's so audacious and just like it is like so many people's like dream shonen movie that like it's really cool. So I really love that they like followed that up with Superhero and made Superhero just like a chill movie where like everybody hangs out with America's sweetheart Piccolo and we all just love hanging out with Uncle Piccolo.
Yeah,
and,
it was so great. He's so cute.
Yeah. Pan is the best. I love the fucking stranger danger, like fucking like like she just absolutely beats that guy like immediately.
Yeah,
like
so cute.
I love the playing with tension that they do, because the way I described it with on another podcast, I'm sorry, I'm like crossing so many streams right now, is that like Dragon Ball Super, like people get kind of annoyed with some of the stuff that they do in the Dragon Ball Super stuff. I'm like super unattached and removed from it, because the way I look at it is kind of like with Dragon Quest XI, I'm talking in Bryan's terms. So Dragon Quest XI, there's the plot of the game, and then there's the post game, which is basically like just the Dragon Quest XI, the movie stuff, which is like, let's just get all of our friends together and have a good time and beat the bad guy and like do all this other stuff. Like they tie in some other stuff and they like finish off some plot threads from the rest of the game. But the post game is like this really long victory lap. And that's what Dragon Ball Super is to me, where it's like, oh, they're just like having fun. Like it's just like the stakes are super different, because it's not really like, oh, these guys are gonna die. It's, oh, they're just like they gotta stop the bad guys. they just do that. That's just what they do. And so like, I love the playing with the tension there, where like Piccolo honestly isn't that encumbered by the Red Ribbon Army's plans. Red Ribbon Army is like super ineffectual. He like very efficiently just like infiltrates their entire scheme and just like takes advantage of the situation
more than once.
It's awesome.
He just came and went.
Like, it's so good. Like he just comes and goes.
He just wore a uniform. Yeah, he wore the exact same uniform twice. I don't even know if he got it off the same guy the second time. And at the end of the day, like it's basically like he got to trick Gohan into training with them for a while. And so like it's so absurd, just like how it's such dad behavior.
Yeah, it's like
absolutely dad behavior.
It's like dad behavior, and it's also just like these situations are so far removed from like the drama of like other series that like it's basically these like larger than life, like literal superhero characters just like having like a bit of family drama. Like the situation is more, oh, like Piccolo doesn't connect with Gohan as much because he has a job and stuff, but he still wants him to be able to like, you know, protect his family and like be there, and also, you know, like kind of like train with him every now and again and everything. So they have this fucking like whole thing with these androids and stuff, and like it's just awesome.
The androids are incredible. I love them.
I love.
Are great.
Yeah, I love Gamma 1 and 2 so much. Like they embody this like kind of classic Gamma 1 and 2, and also the character design of the professor are like just such good like late Toriyama like classic but also modern character design that I just absolutely love. It reminds me of Jocko. That's what I was thinking too.
Like that's when I was so like after this everybody's still around. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And except for one person. But like they have all these cards on the table now. They have like this transformations. They have like three new characters.
Yeah,
that they can
and Broly is still hanging out from the last movie. Like Broly is just like chilling with them. So,
and they Frieza's back or whatever. So they have all these pieces to play with. Whenever the show comes back, and I'm interested to see where they go. I don't know how I feel about Gohan's new form. I think that was a little bit much.
Okay, yeah. So with the new forms, I love Orange Piccolo. Not so much in like. I mean, like I love it because I just love like
they deserved it.
They gave Uncle Piccolo something. He finally got something.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so like has either one of you seen Super, like the show?
No, I haven't touched like. I've touched very little Dragon Ball media in the last like decade and a half. That's what I told somebody else.
Somebody was like, "Is Hazel gonna do?" I was like, "Hazel's probably never even." Set
Wait,
foot.
What?
Namek. Like somebody was like asking, "Is Hazel ever gonna do a video on this Dragon Ball thing?" I was like,
"Why the fuck would I ever make a video about Dragon Ball?" I was like,
"What
kind of question
what leads you to believe she's ever like she can spell Namek?"
Let me.
Oh well, okay. Well, for reference, I loved Dragon Ball growing up,
right?
But I had a hard time ever actually watching it.
Yeah.
So the majority of my exposure to it was seeing the story retold over and over again through all the games, and like I've seen
like
some of the original. Yeah.
Which is
I've seen
literally
some
half
of the original anime, like Dragon Ball Sans Z, and that's a blast and a great time. But
so like what Super does. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, y'all just let me get a new MacBook and then I'll make the Dragon Ball videos you guys want.
Yeah.
I have it,
and they'll be way better
than
if I tried to fucking make them.
Yeah, so like what Super does, like the show, is it is made by people who have watched all of the Shonen plus Dragon Ball and have been like, this needs to be like to show everybody, that Granddaddy's home. So like they do a lot of the stuff they do in the Super show is like shit you would think you would see in Naruto or whatever, but it's better because it's Goku. And like it's presented better. Like there's just so much that Dragon Ball does better than like all these other shows. But then like there's these new people working on it that are like integrating like all this like cool shit that has been going on in the past like 20 years. Yeah. So like you get shit like Goku surfing using a Kamehameha to surf on an energy blast to like blow somebody in the face. like that.
Yeah.
And then like you get all these callbacks too, like where everybody in Super kind of gets like their own episode, like between the tournament. Goku has to like collect all these fighters, so there's these really good moments with like Krillin having to overcome like all his stuff. So you see everybody that's like killed him, like with the 2 people that have killed him, and all the other people he had to fight because he was afraid. And then like he comes through that and he's like better, and then he like fucking fights Goku like old times, and he almost wins. Like it's fucking crazy shit like that. Yamcha gets like a cool baseball episode because he can't be in the tournament, but like they throw him a bone anyway, and it's like one of the greatest baseball episodes in an anime ever. Just shit like that.
That's a pretty packed category, by the way.
There's some
good baseball episodes, but like
there are a lot of anime whose best episode is their baseball episode.
Like just talking about recent stuff. Jujutsu Kaisen and Brand New Animal, which Brand New Animal is a horrible show in my opinion. And so like both of those have really good fucking baseball episodes. So that's a packed category.
Yeah, and then they just bring stuff back. Like like Goku does he gets the blue form, but then he does like Kaioken, and then he's just like, oh, they remember that. Right, and then like in this movie, Piccolo does like the giant thing that he did in Dragon Ball.
I know.
Goku.
That was actually the thing that made me the happy. Okay, that was the thing that made me the second happiest.
That was the best part.
Was
of
the
first
fight. Happiest Bulma's ass? Be honest.
Oh, okay. All right. In me and Bryan's DMs, I definitely did say they made one for the ass guys, huh? And so I said
the first one I was like, huh. Okay. I mean, I guess
like they do that one shot, but then they actually talk about it, and she's like, and this is actually like a recurring bit, just to let you know.
It
Hazel
happens like a couple, but like the first one, like the Bulma went, it's on her ass for so long.
It's on her ass. It's on her ass.
Yeah.
But with the but when I'm talking about the recurring bit is from in Dragon Ball in Broly, they have a bit where they talk about Bulma picking up the Dragon Balls to like just like make her a little bit younger, but like only slightly so people don't notice and stuff. Right. And then also they cut to Frieza, who wants to get the Dragon Balls just to make himself a few centimeters taller because he's way too short and he doesn't want people to think he's a pipsqueak, but they don't want him to notice that much. So like both of these people...
That's really funny.
Or like...
that's like every wish. That's literally every wish except for King Piccolo. King Piccolo is the only one that wanted to like... burn everything. Everybody else is like General Reds was literally to be taller.
Yeah. Fucking Toriyama has never ever taken like the wish seriously, and so it was actually genuinely surprising to see Piccolo actually use it for like something, and then the other two get used for like nonsense. But like Piccolo actually being like, yeah, can you like awaken some latent stuff in me? And he's like, yeah, dude, what's up? And then like,
waste 2 other wishes, and I remember in the theater watching them waste the wishes, and I was like, because I was thinking like, oh, he can do it for Gohan too or whatever. But no, they waste the wishes. And then he's like, oh, you could have wished Goku and Vegeta here. And I was like, oh, yeah, you totally could have done that. And like in that moment, I was, because this is all occurring in the first 20 minutes. So the first 20 minutes, they completely take the Dragon Balls out of the equation, which was like perfect. They cover up every contrivance that would, deter this plot from going the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah. But the giant stuff made me extremely happy, and then also the Gohan sending one up for his big boy, for his uncle, for the dad that stepped up and stuff with his special beam cam with his Makenken Sapo or whatever.
Yeah, I was waiting for a Masengo, but it was a special beam cam, and I was like, did he already know that?
Yeah.
The answer was no. He didn't.
I legitimately said, "Oh shit," in the theater, like out loud. Whenever he did that, I was like, "Yes." I was so stoked.
But yeah, by the way, like the only spoiler that I knew was Cell. Like I knew that Cell was in it.
Oh, right, yeah.
But that was literally the only spoiler I knew. So I don't know what kind of wild ass spoilers were out there.
I saw both. I saw both forms, and I saw Cell, and it was from like official posts from the Japanese account. Like they just didn't care. They just threw everything out there.
Yeah. So the Cell wasn't a surprise. Yeah. What they did with Cell was a surprise.
Yeah.
Him just being like a kaiju.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, okay. So it was actually funny. I didn't actually know about that aspect of the movie either. And my Letterboxd review of Broly says that this movie is a kaiju movie because I'm thinking about it from the perspective of like I've seen Godzilla vs. King Kong, and that movie is about two different forces basically just like forcing a fight to happen for no real reason, just to like kind of get these forces to like clash with each other and stuff for like entertainment value. That's the Japanese version of that movie. I think the American version of that movie is like very different with how it like frames the fight. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking about that classic version of Godzilla vs. King Kong from the 60s, and I was watching Broly, and it's basically the same sort of plot. Where Frieza's like, check this shit out, and then like throws Broly at Goku and Vegeta, and they're just like, oh fuck, and then they just like fight this guy for like an hour, and that's the movie.
No, they're not like, oh fuck, they're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Like they're stoked, and then it's like,
don't they do like rock paper scissors to see who's gonna go?
Yeah, but like it's. So I was already like, oh, this is basically a kaiju movie because they like just wreak havoc for no real reason other than just like the people fixing the fight. And then like this movie happens and it actually does have a kaiju fight. Now I was like fucking dying about that.
It's so good.
So both super movies have kaiju fights in them. So we're in for a three-peat. The
3D was okay.
I like it.
I didn't mind it. I think it was.
I really liked it.
Yeah,
I think it was great.
I think it's like it not gonna offend anybody, and it's not gonna like win anybody over. It just is.
There were a few moments though where I was like, I mean, I said as much in my very brief Letterboxd review, but like I think that the CG looked better in the character-driven moments than it did in the fights. Yeah. Which I don't say disparagingly against the fights, but more so just to say that I really liked how much character was able to be put into everybody's mannerisms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That said, the fights are sensational. Yeah. There are like some real good shots that they could have only gotten in 3D. Like
yeah, definitely.
There was the one where I don't know what part of the fight this was. It was like right after Piccolo. I think it was right after Piccolo got big, and he threw him into the pit or whatever.
Right.
And he just does. He's like standing on top of like the fucking screen, and like just see like the pit, like the walls of the pit, and he just does like this energy beam. And just like the shot itself was really cool.
Yeah. I selfishly, like I think the CG looks great. I think people are kind of like. I think there are some people, just personally, that I've seen on Twitter, and so I think they overreact a little bit about the CG. I think the CG looks great.
Yeah, I have a hard time having an opinion, like a strong opinion.
But I understand people being turned off by it. But I think that this movie is one of the better arguments for like, hey, this can work in anime. Like they're figuring it out. Like it's like this and anything that Orange makes. Like Orange Studio is the guys that make Beastars and the new Trigun. Like that shit looks great. And so they also helped on the Evangelion rebuilds. And
did they?
Yeah. They did the Ramiel stuff. I think we talked about that in that podcast. Yeah.
Do you know if they did they work on the latter half of the rebuilds?
I don't remember.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, okay, but I know Wyatt told us that they worked on the Ramiel stuff in the first one. But they're really good, and I think Toei's getting pretty good with it. But selfishly, I'm also like, this frees them up to make One Piece Film Red look really good, because that's the guys. Because it seems like the guys that made the Broly movie kind of fed into what the anime for One Piece is doing now with the Wano arc, and then that's feeding back into the Film Red stuff, which like that is being directed by the guy that did Code Geass.
Oh my god! Wander just jumped up onto my fucking desk and instantly put his fucking face right on my trackpad and closed a tab I had open.
Fucking Wander. But I forget his name, but One Piece Film Red is being directed by like a pretty famous anime director. He also did the first One Piece. It's directed by Goro Taniguchi, and he did Code Geass and and like a bunch of other stuff, and he also did the very first like OVA with oh my god, Production IG,
right?
Which is a good OVA, by the way. It's really nice looking. But so I'm really excited to see Film Red, but they haven't announced the date yet, and I'm like fucking vibrating in excitement to try to fucking see that, because it might seem like the first One Piece movie to actually matter, because there's a panel in a recent One Piece chapter that's like got a character from it in there, and usually that thing would annoy me, but like One Piece is in a spot right now where I'm like, you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're finishing the story. I'm fucking here. Let's fucking do this.
I gotta catch up.
It's really good. It's really good right now.
For those that don't know, the director of Broly is doing the Wano arc. So if you like the way that looks, then Broly.
Wano I have like weird feelings on, because I think it looks spectacular, and I think there's some stuff that's really, really directed well. But I also think that they're pacing it out with the manga still in like a really strange, not so good way, where like they're like too slow, and it's because like they're gonna catch up with the manga too fast otherwise. But I think One Piece right now, or One Piece as it has been for the past like 10 years maybe, is probably the greatest argument for maybe filler arcs shouldn't have died. Like I think I can possibly make, because they like elongate like every single possible moment in that anime to a point that I think kind of destroys the momentum of the stories. So like it kind of like really bothers me to a point where I can't really watch it, even if it does look beautiful. It's just like, I don't know, it just bothers me, because like there's some moments that just should be way snappier and they just aren't, and like they're just doing it, like they're making it long for like no reason other than that like they can't catch up too fast. And I think they should just fucking make some shit up for maybe like a year and just let them do whatever they want, and then they can actually adapt an arc at the right tempo, after that. But I don't know.
I don't like that people don't like filler. It does not make sense to me. And I understand I guess my thing is
the filler hate kind of made them make One Piece the way it is right now, and that really bothers me, because I think filler wasn't really even that bad, because you can it's so easy to just not watch it when it's not the stuff you want to see.
It's just like, I don't know why you would want it to end earlier. I mean, I get like you want the pace to be like a certain way, but like we get more to hang out with these characters or whatever.
Right.
And like I don't really like need everything to be like plot relevant because I would assume they have lives as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even when like shit's going down, like, you know, it's not 24/7. You go home.
Yeah.
Like, chill out. You eat some noodles or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
You go get your license or not get it, whatever.
Yeah. God, do you want to get into like? I guess we only have time for a couple questions, but
I think we should maybe just do this one because I think it's a good one. Everybody else who asked questions, thank you. We will definitely get to more of them in the next episode.
Yeah.
If you want to shoot us an email, it is humaninsectspodcast@gmail.com. That is where you can reach us with your questions of any which sort. Questions like, for example, this one, which I'm just going to read in its entirety. The anime bath scene wiki wants to know what both of your favorite anime bath scenes are, or manga bath scenes. That's cool too. Signed, the anime bath scene wiki.
Oh my god. I have to think about this.
I thought about it, so I have an answer.
Oh, okay. You got a chance to think about it. Okay.
It's a little bit of a cop-out, and technically this is not the sort of bath scene that I think one would conjure immediately. Like, I think people of a certain set of generations would think of like the Chun-Li shower scene in the Street Fighter 2 movie. But when I try to think really hard, I have to say that I think as far as bath scenes go, it doesn't get more sort of robust in its function than Nia Under 7, which revolves around a bathhouse, a failing public bathhouse. So I think that's my answer. The bath scenes that take place there.
Bath scenes, right?
Yeah.
Right. Bathhouses seem chill. Would you guys ever like? I feel like I would go to Japan, be a tourist, and then be like, you know what? I'm gonna take a dip.
It's something that Alyssa, I know, really badly wants to do.
Yeah, I kind of want to take out, like, just hang out with some 60-year-olds and be like, yo, what's up, dog? And then like, you know, just hang out and stuff. We're all in the buff. We're all just, you know, we're all just hanging out. You know, just having a good time. Just being ourselves. It's sitting in some fucking big old fucking hot water. I don't know. I like a good hot bath.
So do I.
I never get to take them. I'm a showers person, but mainly by necessity, just out of the fact that that's just how my life is. and just the circumstances of my living situation. But anime bath scenes. I feel like one that I have to mention, just because I don't have many off the top of my head, and this is one that comes to mind, is the very recent one in One Piece's Wano arc, where they basically include Yamato, who is this self-professed man who you know like. Oh, he's like it's a trans man, I guess, like by action, but not so much like the story certainly doesn't say it. And so not because just because the One Piece world doesn't really have the language for that. But, But Yamato, like, he just hangs out with the boys and he's fucking, you know, like, does bathhouse stuff with Zoro and Luffy and all them and stuff. They're all hanging out and stuff, having a good time and stuff. And I don't know. Well, One Piece's bathhouse scenes are always good because they're just straight up like, it's been a while and we need to rest. like it's like it feels like it earned it. You know what I mean? Where it's
definitely.
You know what, man? Like it's like I think Alabasta has a bathhouse scene at the end, and like I'm trying to think of other arcs. I don't think Water 7 had one. It may be Alabasta and then Wano. Weirdly enough. But there's a couple bathhouse scenes in the course of the series where it's like You earned
series
it.
just can't get enough of water.
Even though like half of its fucking main cast would drown in it, but I don't know.
Right. I forgot about that.
I feel like Oda does too, because he just wants them to hang out in a hot bath.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Just because how the fuck is Luffy supposed to stay clean otherwise? And so like, what are they gonna fucking like? I don't know.
They hoist him overboard on a rope, kind of dunk him in and out a few times.
Like, do they like? Okay, so how does the I have a question about the sub versus the dub. So, like, in the sub, how do they like explain the dragon fruit or the devil fruit thing about like them in water?
Like I think like in just every version that I've seen, it's straight up just they get some inhuman power, and if they go underwater, then they sink like a stone.
Wait, is there something about it that would need it to be changed?
Well, like, no, in the dub specifically, I don't know if this was in the manga or not, but like they just physically lose the will to swim. As like sink,
they like sink, and they just like cannot. They cannot swim. Which makes it fucking hilarious. Like, actually, one of the funniest fucking things in the entire manga is in an arc called the Dressrosa arc in the post time skip. There's a guy named Senor Pink that like dresses up in a big old baby costume and has a pacifier and shit. And he has like sunglasses, like he's a cool baby guy and stuff. And his power is he has the swim fruit, but he can swim on anything but water. So like he like can dive into the ground and swim in it like it's water, but he can't swim in water because water like seawater would make him drown. That's probably the thing. Actually, they may bathe in fresh water.
Yeah, fresh water. It was specifically seawater.
Because there's a mechanic in One Piece called the sea stone handcuffs, which are handcuffs made out of like sea salt, I think, that they arrest devil fruit users in, and it saps some of their power, and they can't use their power in the handcuffs. So that's some One Piece lore for you, if you didn't know. Isn't that.
That's what the bars in the jails they make use too.
Yeah. I think there's some bars like in Alabasta or like
Alabasta Crocodile has like the bars. Yeah.
Bryan, you're avoiding the question at hand.
Am I?
Yeah. What's your favorite fucking anime bath scene?
Probably the in the Tenchi Baby episode.
When
Washi's just like a mom.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good pick.
God, I'm trying to think of all the bath scenes I've actually laid witness to, because I really don't have that many. Because I just think
did they retain the shower scene in the movie trilogy of the original Gundam? Because that Sayla shower scene towards the end is like the anime bath scene.
I actually think they do keep that in. Of all the things, I think they keep.
They'd have to.
Fucking
They'd have to.
Yoshiyuki fucking Tomino, that old motherfucker.
No, you know what? You know what though?
I love it.
There's an interview with Saito Tamaki, who's like a writer and a psychiatrist, who basically is like, like according to Tomino, he wrote in that shower scene literally just because he wanted to add more realism to the character. Right. And obviously, showering is something that a human being needs to do. Right. But that like a lot of stories wouldn't necessarily depict. I mean, you could
put that in there too.
Scene.
Yeah, save that for the elfin lead guy.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite anime peace scene, guys? Metal Gear Solid, Otacon. Next question.
Yeah, there we go.
But I'm trying to think of other ones I've thought of, and for some reason, the only two that stick out to mind are fucking the Gurren Lagann bathhouse episode, which is the one that everyone is like, just skip this, even though like. It literally like segues into the next arc at the very end, but I don't know, whatever. And then, but like that episode is just trash. it's great.
Yeah, but, maybe they should have picked a different episode to segue into the second arc of the show.
Yeah, maybe. And then fucking Sakura Tyson, like the new Sakura Wars, for PS4 has a bathhouse scene. It's like I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember enjoying it. I was like, man,
yeah.
I just don't want to be here right now.
Well, that's the experience of the whole game. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it, but like that, I was like, I'm glad you made another one, but this is.
I wish they
really
didn't. I like Sakura Wars. The new Sakura Wars is like decent story wise. Like it's a decent place to start from, and I don't mind Tite Kubo or Tite Kubo. I don't know how people pronounce it.
I found out recently. It's Taito Kubo.
Taito.
I know. Yeah. So you read it as tight.
Maybe we were supposed to TOE.
Like how I thought it was Ranke Murata for the longest time, but it's Renji.
Oh,
She'd read as that's how you'd read
Speaking
range.
of Murata, Nintendo, please bring over Buddy Mission Bond, please. God,
shout him out. But I'm like cool with Tite Kubo on the character design too. Like I think it's pretty interesting. But like, fuck. Like why is the combat so bad?
The combat's bad.
It's so bad.
I'm at the part where like they where I left off. Well, I'm not at the part where I stopped. They're in the tournament. So like they had to manufacture a way for the Kobu to fight without it being like them actually killing each other.
Right.
And it just really highlights how bad the combat is. Like trying to control 3 mechs to like
I legitimately feel like One Piece Pirate Warriors, a licensed Muso game for an anime, is like way more deep, like mechanics wise than fucking Sakura Taisen is. It's like absurd, just how bad that combat feels in comparison and stuff. Like it's just like. I don't know. They really had to not. Like, I would have much rather they just did the SRPG stuff. Like, I really just like cannot with the fucking combat.
I would have rather, because then I wouldn't have, because I have a problem with the combat being bad is one thing, but then like the one-on-ones with the girls suck because it's just like this step away from Eroge where it's just like why did you even?
They're
why
really
are you towing
trying
this line?
hard. They're really trying hard with those.
It's a question of why are you towing this line because you can't go far enough for this to be interesting, but the combat's bad. So like the whole experience is just like a step far enough to like be good.
I really, really, really want them to remaster or do some sort of collection for like at least 1 through 4 on the PS4 or PS5 or something.
Yeah, just do the Yakuza thing. Just give me all of them. Just so I can have a much better first impression because I know this was not it. The first game is rules. Yeah. The first game is great.
I've never
only played a little bit
ones.
of the first one and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. The new one just was not like I don't know. I really like I think they kind of got on the wrong shit.
I think they were just trying to hit like what they thought a newer audience would want to try and like.
Yeah. And it seems like it failed in both regards. Like it failed both here and over there. So it was kind of just like, well, womp womp. So
this is going dormant for a while.
Yeah. Did we have another question or did you want to just
I think let me go over them again just to make sure, but I feel like that was the main one that I really wanted to hit.
Right, that we just had to.
Yeah.
I feel like I just threw my answer out there because it would have been weird to elaborate, I guess. I didn't really have much to say. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Damn, we never talked about the public access because now we're all.
Yeah, that's true.
All of us have headsets.
Yeah,
Man,
you were asleep for your own set, weren't you?
Yours was so good,
me?
dude.
Yeah.
No, I was there. I was just. It's one of those things where you were like, people are watching it, and so you're just like, I don't know if I can say anything. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I mean,
right
I barely said anything for my
Yeah.
set. I said more for the burned in set.
I was being my own Flava Flav and being like, get ready for this. It's like I was like fucking hyping everybody up.
I didn't want to, because I worked on it for so long, so I didn't want to like spoil
Yeah.
anything. Jay was the only one that like saw any of it. Because he was like, I was like, can you look at this and make sure it's not like crazy? And then like, I think I showed it to somebody else. Like, can you look at this and make sure I didn't put anything like accidentally homophobic in it?
Oh, right, because of all the 2000s like happened. Like I mean, obviously, I very, very, very appreciated the Grizzlies fucking like the John Morant fucking dunk montage. I was like, fuck yes, let's go.
That was specifically for you.
Oh, I'm so happy. You like posting about basketball with you got me into basketball. So I'm so excited for it to come back soon.
Because basketball's fucking cool.
It's fucking fun, man. Like they have like they dunk and shit. Like it's so cool. Like it's so fun to watch. But yeah, I was really stoked to see the dunks and. Yeah, I don't know. Just your set, the way it was presented, was just so fucking cool. Like I wanted to do like loved it.
I wanted to do like all original music, but I was like, I don't have time for that. So I got like virtual DJ and like hooked up my hard drive and like went through my music library and like put shit together that sounded good together.
Yeah.
And I was like, the whole set can just be this, and then the visual that only took like 2 days, and the visuals were like a whole week of me like looking for stuff and running out of ideas. And like, if you notice, like
the ideas are the hardest fucking part, trying to be like, what fucking footage should I even put over this?
Yeah, exactly. Like the first one, and I made it all like Windows or whatever, because I didn't want to like, it made it easier for me to edit, because then I didn't have to like chop so much footage to get it to be like paced out.
Right.
But at a certain point, I was just like, I don't know if I need multiple videos for all this. So if you notice, like the first song, the opener, the fucking fireworks, has so many clips in it, and then like gradually, it's just like the chase scenes is just like one after the other because I got tired of editing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think for Burned In, our set was done like maybe like a month or two before the visuals were added, because we just could not. I mean like I had a fucked up summer just entirely and stuff, so like
I had to move.
Yeah, so we just had like a whole bunch of shit going on, but like
I almost dropped out of both sets at the end.
Oh wow. Yeah, but I was like, no, we we can get something.
But, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad it happened. Also, while we're talking about fucking Gremlins, Grizzlies, I literally just scrolled on Instagram and just saw fucking the Memphis Grizzlies page fucking post like a post hyping up like Jaren Jackson Jr. and they called him Block Panther, which I fucking like I'm dying at. They called him Block Panther. That fucking kills me. That's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Their social media is so good right now.
We got a Christmas game this year, by the way. First Christmas game ever. Against the Golden State Warriors. Excited about that. We actually get a game on fucking Christmas, which means we get Christmas jerseys.
Oh my shit! But I didn't even think about Christmas jerseys being a thing.
Yeah, they make Christmas jerseys every year, and the NBA has done a deal with Nike. Adidas made horrible jerseys. They weren't bad. They were just like boring. They were like super boring because they were all the whole league was like uniform, but like Nike's back, so everybody says fucking crazy like 90s jerseys and shit now.
But yeah, I don't know. Hazel, did you find any questions?
I looked through the rest of them. I don't think any of them are like
pertinent,
like real dead ringers to get the most out of having Bryan here. I feel like the rest of them we can just answer when it's just the two of us.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, we've been at it for like 2 hours and almost 2.5 or whatever.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. Hey, it's always such a good time. It's always such a good time. you're obviously going to be a recurring guest. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. I don't have anything else to do, so that's cool.
Woo!
Yeah, dope.
I'm joking. If I had something to do, I'd stop and do this because this is fun.
Which you've done.
Yes,
Right.
I love you. I love you guys.
We love you. We love you, Bryan. But yeah, I'm fucking human insects. I'll be damned. Fucking second episode.
2. Thank
it
you all
feels
for
so
listening.
weird starting over. Like
I know, yeah.
we were in the 30s and now we're on 2. Man, this sucks.
It's gonna be another 2 years before we hit episode 50.
Oh man,
it's wild.
Were you doing any like new segments, or is it just like the same old?
No.
I mean, I think
the thing about the original podcast was part of the reason why it made so much sense to have a clean break is because those early episodes of Pod Spirit aren't even necessarily things that I want people to feel like any sort of obligation to have to go and listen through, because like as a curiosity I think they're fun, but clearly like we were kind of stuck in in kind of the rigid idea that you need like a format for there to be podcast, you know? And I think we gradually realized that like I fucking hate having to adhere to like a format and having like segments or whatever. It just doesn't work for me. I'm not good at them. Yeah. And I think that over the course of that podcast, we just kind of honed how to have a conversation that is interesting and kind of use that as our focal point to guide us, rather than like, now we're talking about this, now we're talking about this. No shade to people who do that. It just doesn't work for me.
So no bathhouse scene of the month.
Yeah.
Of the month. Oh my god. What kind of podcast we'd have to be to have like that every month? Just like, oh, here's another one. So there's another fucking maybe if we had King of Smut 95 on or something, whatever that guy's name is.
You know, I did think very hard for a while about starting up a Twitter account that just posts anime crucifixions.
There's so many.
There's so many.
Right. Yeah. They all die like Jesus did. And so, you know.
Sometimes they don't even die. They just.
Oh my god.
No, they're just there to be there.
Yeah. Oh my god. Actually, okay. Right before we leave, I actually fucking like that reminded me of a dumb thing I fucking put in my notes on while I was going through this fucking like Sego rally like in the Kentucky like mountains and stuff, trying to get back down and everything. I noticed 2 churches on my way back home that took 5 hours, by the way, 5-hour drive. I noticed 2 Kentucky churches that had the most insane and or evident names I've ever seen for a church. Because like most churches you see just driving down the road, it's like First Church, you know, First Presbyterian Church of whatever city, First Baptist or whatever. I found 2 and they're just utterly like incredible. One of them is just all caps, the Lord's house.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That just fucking lays it right out there. That's his, man. Like, that's his crib. Like, you're rolling up in there. You're fucking, like, you know. And then the other one that's, like, really crazy, it sounds like a noise rock band. Like, legit, like, with, like, 11 members and, like, 2 of them are on xylophone or some shit. Everything. There's a church called fucking The Church of God in Jesus' Name. That's the name of the church. That like that's such a cool insane name for a church. Everything is just like, yeah, I guess so. I guess it really is.
It sounds like they were naming it and then just got really excited, and then like the business office just kind of wrote it down.
So shouts out to the Lord's house and the Church of God.
Wait, was that in Mississippi?
No, this is Mississippi's the other direction. So this is all Kentucky.
Right. Yeah. Or I don't know. Is that MS or is that MI? What's MS?
MS is...
I never had to take a geography class. I don't know where fucking anything is.
MS is multiple sclerosis.
Okay, cool. Because I'm looking at a church that's called the Church of God in Jesus' Name of the Apostolic Doctrine.
Yes, let's fucking go.
And I thought that maybe that was the same one.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This one.
Okay, no. I found yours. yours.
Okay, you found mine.
Yeah.
Found the one.
Five-star reviews.
Oh, hey, I mean, 5 people really found God in there.
The presence of the Lord is here. 3 exclamation points.
I mean, shit, you fucking hope so.
4 stars. Nice people. Where did they lose the star?
Yeah,
there's one that's probably.
There's one that's not so nice.
Yeah, it's just one person.
This one guy, because it's got to be a church with only like 5 people in it and stuff.
And it's Jesus.
Jesus.
Where on the internet are y'all?
Oh yeah, Bryan. Tell people where you're at.
Okay, so Instagram, Bryan Rollins. I got a new Twitter, so it's by Bryan Rollins, BY Bryan Rollins. So probably gonna post some more like game stuff there.
Do I not fucking follow you? I'm gonna be so pissed off.
I follow you.
I follow
That's how I saw that.
What the fuck? You don't follow me though. What's this?
Do I not?
The fuck is
You're
this?
never on Twitter.
Shit. Oh shit!
I'm doing it right now. Hold on. You're at sheet. I love that.
I'm at a few bruises on Twitter.
No, I mean like the location.
You know where my YouTube is. Friends of the. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to
excuse me.
listeners.
Okay, well, this podcast is over.
The adoring fans.
I wasn't even done, but I'll let you go because it's your house.
I
was just trying to fill the dead air. I'm sorry. You continue.
No, I don't even want to now. But no, you can the Spotify. Hit the Spotify. Do your thing.
Send me the fucking Spotify Bandcamp or whatever you want. Just send me some links to link.
Bandcamp. If you buy anything, it goes straight to the Memphis Food Bank. I don't see any of it. I don't get paid from Spotify, but if I did, that's where we're going to.
And at @anti_laser, I got tweets. On patreon.com/explodewhendefeated, I do my nerd podcast with my friend Wyatt. We do a podcast on Godzilla and stuff that goes up on Spotify called Discuss All Monsters. Though you have to look up for it as Explode When Defeated presents Discuss All Monsters. It's fucking, I don't know, weird.
It's all linked in the show notes.
It's all in there. And then on the Patreon, there's also some mini-series and some cool stuff. We've done a Planet of the Apes podcast, which is fucking awesome. I'm so proud of that one.
We never talked about it. Planet of the Apes. Okay, we gotta do it again.
Yeah. We'll do another podcast. We'll all talk about Planet of the Apes. We'll get Hazel to watch all the Apes movies and stuff because they're fucking awesome.
They're awesome.
They're so good. And then we're doing a rebuild of Evangelion podcast. By the time you hear this, actually, I think it might about to be all out, or it might already be all out. But
yeah, we'll see if we're still friends.
It can't. Oh man, this would be good. I think you already told me so much just from that. I've not even seen the movie yet. God damn it. Yeah, we'll be doing a final episode. That'd be so funny if I just don't show up. Like, I'm just not in the next however many episodes of Human Insects. Like, we just cut it off over the final Evangelion movie.
Yeah. Two episodes into the new podcast, fucking train wreck strikes.
Stop podcasting. I want to play.
It's, I'm sorry, everybody. The old ball and chain is commanding that we watch the movie that I asked her to watch with me.
Okay. but yeah, so Patreon, there's some good stuff, and I just want to thank you all so much for being kind to me over the past week or so. It's been kind of a rough time, just for financial reasons more than anything else, but I don't know, it was kind of a scary thing, and we're coming out of it pretty okay, and I'm feeling pretty okay going into my fucking birthday with my 2 other birthday friends. and we're gonna all turn a year older and fucking hang out and fucking, I don't know, just have a good time. It's so crazy. Me and Hazel, we haven't even talked about what we listened to this week.
Oh yeah. No, that's all. That was by design. Like I knew that none of that stuff was gonna come up in this episode.
It's so funny. I literally teased that I listened to an amazing record that like it is like one of my favorites of all time now. And then like I teased, I was like, you gotta listen to the next Human Insects, but they're not gonna know until the third one. So
should you maybe just say the name now so that the listeners who stayed all the way to the end can get the head start?
No
obligation. Yeah, no.
Wow.
Okay, cool. Good. Fuck him.
I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna be mean. No.
Yeah. Tease it out.
Yeah. Just you got blue balled. You're fucking. We'll see you in another couple weeks.
4 stars.
4 stars.
4 stars.
Nice people.
Nice people.
Except for Nicky.
Except for Nicky.
All right.
I do have one more thing.
Oh, yeah, what's up?
For our birthday, can you, and make sure games thrive, I need you to go to Steam and wishlist a game by the name of Goodbye Worlds. If you go, you'll see it. It looks great. If you love Hazel, you'll probably like the way this game looks. Hazel, have you seen it?
No, what the fuck is this? Goodbye World?
Yeah, Goodbye Worlds.
Worlds.
Beautiful looking. It looks very sincere and pure of hearts. Looks kind of like Mother 3.
I've never heard of this developer.
You know, the
Is
developer
this their
has
first game?
the demo's out. It's got a demo. Developer's on itch. You can see his other games.
Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, this looks cool. Yeah.
Other games are on itch?
Yeah, they have like some smaller games on itch, I think. But yeah, wishlist that, please, because looks like a great game. Small developer. Need your help.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I don't know them personally. It just looks fucking good.
Support small game devs.
Yes, support Hypergun Sport, support Demon School.
Oh,
those
yeah,
games.
Necrosoft.
Yeah.
Demon School looks great. Yeah. All right.
That's a podcast.
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank you all so much.
Goodbye. Happy birthday, us.
Yeah, happy birthday.